Welcome to the Clash Masters presented by Rush.gg for day number 2 of Qualifier number 2. I'm Carbon Finn, joined here with Itsu, and we're going to be seeing who is going to be coming in first place and getting those 15 playoff points with the 4 remaining teams left. I cannot wait for the wars we have here today. We have an incredible set of wars. Well, some one-sided wars yesterday we had for sure, but let's see if that's going to change. Itsu, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I mean, it's the second qualifier, the second day. We have a lot of actions. Let's dive into the format and explain everyone out there how we actually managed to get to this stage of the tournament, of this Clash of Clans Worlds tournament, where you can get this golden tickets. Let's take a look and see how those teams made it to this point, where everyone has to start with 3 weeks of competition, which means 3 qualifiers overall, where those teams can get points. Those qualifiers are single elimination tournaments, which means if you lose, you are out and you have no chance then of getting back in that specific qualifier. It's top 8 teams each week. Each qualifier can earn those qualification points, which are so important, and this is what those teams are fighting for today, Carbon. So it's going to be an exciting day.
It really is going to be an exciting day, because if you're able to make it to the playoffs, there is that last chance qualifiers and then the play-in stages. So it's all new for this season of the Clash Masters, which we cannot wait for. And there's that little schoolyard picking where you're able to kind of pick your opponent in the play-in stage. We'll have to see how that goes down. But let's take a look at the prize pool, as it's totally revamped for this season. And the qualifiers and LCQ have a whole breakdown of the qualifiers with $7,000 for each one, since there's 3 qualifiers. First place here today will get $2,500, and then in the LCQ, first through 4th will get $500, and then play-in winners as well will be making money. But not only does the qualifiers and LCQ get an upgrade in prize pool, also the playoffs will Itsu.
That's right, and I think even though there is so much prize money on the line, one thing which every team is looking for in this competition is this golden ticket. The golden ticket to join the other teams for the Clash of Clans World Championship. That's the thing where everyone wants to get to. So that is what everyone is aiming for. And for that, well, we just explained what those teams have to do to get there. So this is now, we're about, I think, to start into the first match. With taking a look at the bracket, and there we go, we can see it. Vatang versus Team XO is that first match, and then later today we're going to have Code Bushido versus Marcos Gaming, and final and third place match obviously to follow. But I think we're ready to take a look at the rosters for this first match. What we have on the Vatang side: Lens Loader, PSW, Warning, Sincera Player, and Reylo versus Team XO.
Yeah, with Team XO being known to come in with those E-Dragons, Kanol, Yash, Sabugaya, Manit, and Sam. But we're seeing some new, since this is the roster where they can add some players. And we're not seeing Pablo Magambo, who was in the previous day. And we were seeing some E-Dragon attacks coming in. And I'm assuming that Sam for Team XO is going to also come in with the E-Dragons, is going to be my guess. And we have Vatang starting this one off, which is going to be the Hydra. We have 8 dragons, some Dragon Riders as well, with the Queen Baby Dragons to start. And you know, the classic approach of dropping the balloons, dragons, right on in between here, a little bit of a funnel. Grand Warden ability going off right away to go and fly in for this Town Hall. Looking to absolutely take out this core with this value. And he clones up, rages over the Town Hall, finding some red airbus, but that Town Hall goes down instantly.
Yeah, the Town Hall goes down. He's taking down the single Inferno Tower as well. Always a defense you want to take down when you're attacking with those beefy dragons. And now it's all about taking down the Clan Castle next. We see, though, at the same time, there were some super minion in there, so that isn't the biggest problem then for the defender, because they were allowed to come out and deal some damage. But now the thing is, those heroes have to carry around the back end. The defending king is still alive, and can always be a big problem. But at the same time, Judo, he is so far away from other buildings, maybe he can just survive and the base is still gone.
Yeah, well, that king is on the backside of the base, so he doesn't have to worry about it. The dragons are moving their way completely around And the Royal Champion has her ability, just pops it there. Air defense goes down. Queen's got her ability, uses it. And the final thing left is going to be this ground expo and the gold storage. That's it. It's like within a minute and a half, this base goes down. And Sincere Prayer absolutely destroyed this one. What a fantastic attack. Made that look so easy to start off for a 3-star for Vatang.
Yeah, really good job to him. And I feel like this is now going to be a battle between him and Sam, who's getting the biggest overkill and especially the quickest attack. Because you already mentioned him, Sam, with those Electro Dragons is always so impressive. They look always so easy. I mean, it sounds easy as well, right? Like drop the Electro Dragons in a row, drop the Loons in, then place the first Rages. It sounds really easy, but still not that many people are doing it at this specific level. So let's see if Sam is going to be the first attacker for his team as well, if he's bringing the Electro Dragons to the party, or if he's going to mix things up. But the first attack already in the books. Vatang is starting as strong as yesterday. The only team yesterday with 14 stars. So they want to like keep going with their offensive performance and their defense. I mean, they were holding back the golden ticket winner X team to 10 stars. So Team XO really have to bring everything into this match.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of the pro teams reuse bases over even a 2-day period. So we'll have to see if Vatang decides to reuse, maybe move some small things around in terms of traps. Obviously, it puts a 24-hour cooldown if you want to move defensive buildings around. So we'll have to keep an eye on that because those bases were really strong against X Team yesterday. Like you mentioned, they only put up 10 stars against Vatang, which Vatang was absolutely putting on a showcase then. We're going to have to keep our eye on what this score is going to be, because if you win this, you get to go to the finals match for this qualifier. You lose, you will play again in the 3rd place match, because that is still where you'll be able to make some additional points of trying to come in 3rd place for the eventual playoffs later down the road. And there's only one more qualifiers after this, and it's the total of the 3 qualifiers put together of the points that then determines if you make it. You have to be the top 4 for it to make it into the playoffs. And then if you don't, you have to play in the last chance qualifiers. So that's the big thing with this, is everyone's really focused in wanting to get this. And my guess would be Sam would come first. He usually is the first attacker for Team XO. And like you mentioned, we talk about it, is the E-Dragons. It's just crazy how he can get those double rages and the chains. He has to identify that proper base. But they do it really well.
Yeah, and I feel like Electro Dragons always look so satisfying. And yes, indeed, we have it. They look so satisfying with those chains, which are just connecting deep and deep into the base. So let's see how he's going to approach this so far. He's trying to cut the funnel over there, maybe to start from the 8 o'clock side with those Electro Dragons. But there is a sweeper as well. And Electro Dragon is getting placed, and it seems like he just wants to push his heroes into the town hall. Like, this is where those heroes are supposed to go. King and Queen are now the 2 main forces to take down the town hall, because take a look at that. He started with the Slammer from the opposite side, so everything is relying on his heroes to take down the town hall, while the Electro Dragons are supposed to take down the rest of the base. Can they do it? You have to find out, because the Slammer already opened up and there's a lot of black mines.
Yeah, he's finding some sticking air mines that were next to that single target in front of him. Freeze is down. But he's relying on his heroes to step in for that town hall. Ooh, E-Drag right over where the Royal Champ in the middle. Multi goes down. And we still have the Royal Champion, but his E-Dragons are not getting the best chain value, or not sitting in the rage here.
Yeah, the rage was kind of swagged at this top side. Let's see if we can still pull this off. But there's still, with those Tesla and the Ground Expo and the Scatter and possibly a lot of ground traps like the Skeleton Trap and so on, is not going to be an easy thing for the Royal Champion to get through all of this. And we really saw in the core all of those black mines coming up. This is the problem with using the Warden ability so early on, and we just had this buff to the black mines, and they are hitting hard. Even those beefy dragons, like those Electro Dragons with all of their hit points. Now we have to wait. He's waiting for the Queen to share the damage. He wants to share the damage between the Royal Champion and the Queen. Can he make it?
Yeah.
It's going to be a close one, but he has to play this perfectly.
with her ability, though, she can get a lot of value here. Once the scatter shot locks on, he's probably going to be... Oh, no, he drops the RC from the top side now, which doesn't hit the queen with the ground expo. There's her ability. Finds a giant bomb, and she goes down because he waited so long, but he's got the RC, and he can still get this. This RC can take the cannon down, can pop her ability, skips, takes down some the archer tower, some Teslas, and he's got a lot of health. Uh-oh, wait, that Skelly. Scatter goes down. Oh, that Tesla. Oh, a giant bomb. Oh! No, wait, the RC, the giant bomb! Oh! What? It was the traps that saved this base. Took down that royal champion on the final defense before she would be able to clean up. And that is a defense now for Vitang. And wow, that was close.
3 giant bombs to finish the dream of this attack. But I feel like one thing which we should really highlight, this fail was only because of the balance changes. Before the balance changes, this would have been guaranteed a 3-star. We have to remember, not only the Black Man's got a buff, but as well, one of the most important changes, the Unicorn got a huge nerf from 77 healing per second down to 70. Otherwise, this queen would have survived guaranteed. So the queen going down there was the big problem to the giant bomb. And as I said, with the Unicorn buff, or like with the old Unicorn, this would have been guaranteed a 3-star. So we can see right there the balance changes in action, denying right there, Sam, this 3-star. And with this, Vitang again defending on their first defense right there. Really nice 2-star, even though it's a high percentage. A 2-star is a 2-star, a defense is a defense, and that what matters. Now we have Reylo coming in with his Lalo, and with a golem and a lot of spells to support all of this.
Yeah, with this value, he's looking to take out the scatter. Enemy Raw champion. We've got a Lalo to use with the skeleton and even a heal spell. You don't see the heal spells used all too often with the Lalo, as, remember, you're trying to heal them up through red air bombs in the core. You just want to either freeze or just haste them as fast as possible through wherever you need to, wherever they're flying, essentially. But that Raw Champion's ability does go off, and we've got that jump giving the Queen access to jump into the Eagle and this multi, but the Queen will slowly have to lock onto this Hound to take it out.
Yeah, the question then is he going to get that multi-inferno tower? I think that's something he's really looking for to take it down. The Royal Gem at the same time at the top side cleared out buildings over there. And now we have to wait. The Lalo is starting. He's trying to make sure that everything is starting at the same time. The Queen is now jumping. She is still her ability. He has to multitask to make sure that the Queen is not dying in her ability. And there we go. Queen is taking it down. Queen should even take down another air expo. And things are looking really good pathing-wise. He's pushing everything to the Town Hall. Now, only the Warden ability has to be great, and there's the train trip as well. Nice triggered. And now the Warden.
Yeah, the Warden can protect these balloons through the Town Hall, and there's the haste. Pops it perfectly as they haste right out of it, and that Town Hall poison is not going to do anything to these balloons. And at the same time, the Stone Slammer Headhunters are coming in to take out that Archer Queen on the top side. Just like that, and there's the heal on the back end, and this is a 3-star. Made this look easy. Wow, what an attack here. It's almost a I think this is a swag heal at this point, because these balloons don't need that. The balloon on the backside distracts that Wizard Tower, and this is another 3-star for Vitang. And Team XO is going to have to turn around. They're going to have to be getting all 3 stars and hope for some defenses if they want to keep up.
Yeah, you really have to go props to Vitang right here. Like, they are looking unstoppable so far. Not only offense, but as well their defense looking strong. And as I said, this Lalo was completely overpowering. A really nice entry scene with that jump getting further into the base, and we see those dead zones quite often to make sure that you're denying the value from the wall breakers. Wall breakers right now, we are seeing, if you take a look at, for example, the legend streams from Boom, for example, he did earlier today, seeing how those pros are utilizing those wall breakers with Queen Charge Lalo, for example, it is incredible. So having those dead zones trying to deny wall break value, and he's just like, guys, I don't mind. I will use that jump. It's Sui Lalo. I have enough jumps anyway, and I have enough belts anyway. So really nicely done. And with that, collecting the next 3-star.
Yeah, it was a great attack there. I know if I were to be charging into that area where his king and queen went into, I would have been scared of that CC slowing me down and then causing my troops not to get the value. But that wasn't the case. Was able to get the eagle. And even, like you mentioned, as it was happening, the queen additionally got that air expo on the backside. So all that value made it completely worth it to use his heroes and then just lalo through the town hall. Because typically, you tend to either see the town hall go down to your heroes or usually a blimp or the siege machine, because when you lalo or send your main part of the army over the town hall poison is devastating, right? Yeah, you could pop the warden ability to protect them through the giga bomb. That's typical, but if you don't get through and pass that poison, those troops sit in it and they get picked off real quick and they don't have enough health, but you hastened them out and it was a beautiful attack. And Vatang are looking strong, and Team XO is just going to have to turn this one around and start getting 3 stars, because Sam's one attack, they came in with a fail with the E-Dragons. But can Team XO now get the triple with the Pekka Smash? Okay, we've got the Super Wizards with some Pekkas and Witches. We talked about it yesterday, and we haven't seen this quite a bit, but this is probably the first time we're seeing it in quite a while.
Yeah, it's not the most common strategy anymore, and if you remember, like back last year, it was such a popular strategy, getting used quite a bit. Actually, I think the most used ground strategy, and nowadays, as I said, it's not used that often anymore. So let's see if we can have a 3-star with this strategy from Team XO so far, trying to take down this top side. But as well, again, we have the buff to the repair speed of those builders, and we can see how much this warden struggled to take down the scatter shot because of the builder over there. Now he's trying to take down the expo, but again, the builder is there and making sure that this takes even longer. So now 1 minute gone, 1 minute of the attack is already gone, and now he needs to make quick work of that base with the Super Wizards and with the Pekka approaching this compartment.
Yeah, let's see if he gets the value, because I remember you talked about saying, I asked you, why do people not use this attack here? Because you said because Super Bowlers are typically stronger, and it was the giant bombs that cause you to lose your Super Wizards quick. So let's keep our eye on if this happens here, if he loses the Super Wizards to potentially giant bombs, but it doesn't look like it at the moment because the Warden ability has just gone off to protect them as they're making their way through. The Super Wizards do lock onto this queen. They're reaching over the wall, and down goes the enemy queen. So those Super Wizards were really helpful right there. But these Pekkas, you can hear them. They're dying off quick. And now he has to be able to get this queen towards the town hall to secure that as the Royal Champions come to the bottom side.
Yeah, the queen has to go to the town hall. The healers split up. There's the invisibility spell to make sure that the queen is staying safe, because she is supposed to take down the town hall. Queen is just trying to avoid the town hall for as long as possible. The queen ability is getting used. But this tornado trap is actually, I think, keeping her safe. No, go for it. Wait, she...
Oh my goodness, the RC. Oh, that queen decided to say, hey, you know, I just don't feel like attacking that anymore. And wow. Oh, man, I wonder, you know what he should have done? He should have used the jump for the queen right there so she didn't go for around the wall into the town hall poison. Because now we only have 24 seconds, and time is not going to be on the side. It's going to be a time fail. That queen could have potentially jumped over the wall for the storage and be able to start taking out the tops defenses and buildings, or that cannon up there. But, really nice try to Team XO, and we're going to fall short. And this is going to be a back-to-back fail for them, and they're going to be down by 2 through the 4 total attacks so far. Wow. And then I think he just swagged the jump. So he brought the jump just in case if he didn't break through the wall to get to the town hall, but didn't end up using it.
Yeah, that's always the problem with the jump. Like, sometimes the lock launcher is getting all the way, and sometimes you think like, okay, where's my jump if you don't bring it? It's always really unfortunate. But I feel like as well, overall, the Pekka smash attacks, I think the biggest change which we have seen so far from last year to this year is the base building meta, because last year we had always those big box compartments around the town hall. This time around, though, we have a lot of bases with still the box compartment, but this time around, though, we have those, I always call it funnel walls, left and right from the town hall, which is forcing everything through the town hall poison if you smash from the other side of the base. And with those funnel walls, you saw it. A lot of troops which might survive are dying out. We can see it again. If someone would smash from the other side, those funnel walls into the Town of Poison. So it's always causing a lot of troops to getting taken down by the Town of Poison. And those time problems are always a big issue. Instead now we see the tank. Not with a smash, but this time with Super Dragons again. Let's see if he can still utilize them well, even though they got a heavy nerf.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I never thought about that as a funnel walls into the Town Hall to just push all those ground units straight towards that Town Hall poison. That's a really good observation there, because I've been seeing that now I'm thinking about it. I've seen a lot of bases that I do hit, especially in the Clan War League, as you try to attack from the outside, but it's risky and you're scared to potentially do it. But in this case, PSW doesn't have to worry about any funnel walls with his dragons that will fly right over the top and pops that warden ability to help take this Town Hall down. Will he be able to make it? Yes, this blimp lands, and he's going to be able to clone the... Oh, wait. Did he clone up a Yeti? Or I think he might have cloned up some sneaky goblins, but they didn't. He tried to get them to jump backwards. He did get that single target Inferno down, as the World Champion is now going to continue her way through this expo.
Yeah, it would be huge if this Inferno Tower would go down. And he's using the freeze.
Wow.
Note that the Queen is staying safe for now. Another freeze to protect the Royal Champion. Things are looking good, especially because we have so many Super Dragons on the far right side. The Queen ability should be able to deal with that scatter shot depending on which wall she's going for. Maybe even the Royal Champion. Nope. But that Queen, where is she? No, she's going to the outside. But there's 3 Super Dragons approaching from this far right side.
These Super Dragons find a tornado trap. Oh, there's a sticking air mine right there. The one should go in towards the... Okay, he drops a few... What was this? A few archers or something that was targeting the builder hut. Either way, the Queen's ability has gone off. The Super Dragon is now onto the scatter shot. Working on it, but we got plenty of Super Dragons. Too much here that the scatter shot goes down, and then the builder hut will go down as well. PSW, great job adding yet another 3-star for Vatang.
And a really interesting approach, knowing that his heroes are already going to lure the clan castle. So instead of bringing the classic Dragon Rider and a couple of Loon clan castle, he brought actually the Yeti and even cloned them. So a heavy investment on this Yeti blimp overall, and I think it was paying off. He got the Town Hall, he tanked for his Royal Champion, the defending Queen, and not only that, the Yeti Mice took down the single Inferno Tower as well. So great value with that. A really nice base identification, making sure that he's getting this next 3-star for Vatang. And they're still looking strong. As we have said, they were the only team yesterday with those 14 stars. And today, they're looking again incredibly strong, not only on offense, but as well on defense as well. 2 out of 2 defenses so far. And Team XL really have to somehow come up with something, I don't know, unusual, new, maybe. I'm not sure, but something different.
They're going to have to come in with the 3 stars. That's exactly what they need, because the 2 fails from them is almost putting them out of this one. Because yesterday, we were seeing the same kind of situation where it was becoming one-sided. And it wasn't until the very last war yesterday where we had it come down to the final attack. That's what we love to see, where it comes down to that with all the pressures on. But Vatang are not wanting that to happen here. They just want to keep tripling and just win this one, because they would play later today, because we're going to be crowning first place. And first place here in this qualifier is $2,500. Yes, there is a huge increase in the prize pool for this season of the Clash Masters, which, man, I cannot wait to see even next week of the 3rd qualifiers, which you guys can sign up and play in. So yes, make sure you guys are following Clash Masters over on Twitter so you guys can learn more about that. If you guys say, hey, I can compete with these teams, sign your team up right now. Well, we have Knoll of Team XO looking to come in with a 3-star with a Queen Charge Hog Rider. We got 23 hogs. We don't see that all too often. Usually it's the hybrid with a mix of some miners. He does lure out the Lava Hound CC with sneaky goblins securing that Town Hall.
Yeah, we said they have to come in with something unusual, and that's exactly what they're doing. Queen Charge Hog Riders and only 4 healers as well. That's something which we don't see too often, especially with those heavy hitting Town 14 defenses. That is not going to be something which is too easy, especially as soon as you're hitting just one black mine. The 3-healer charge is not looking as fun anymore. So
no.
Let's see how he's going to get the funnel done, getting his queen into this most likely scattered compartment to get all the value. But the queen, is she walking the right?
Oh, okay.
There's the wall break. She's coming back and going now for the defending king, because we have to remember, with Queen Charge Lalo, only the queen and the royal champion matters. But with Queen Charge Hog Riders, every single hero matters. And there's the first rage.
Oh no, her
ability.
Wow, that's gonna really hurt here. You know, he definitely didn't want to pop that queen ability. He was late on that rage, and now the air defense is getting hit, hitting the healers. Drops of balloons to be able to help secure that, but the road champion's taking a lot of damage. He rage makes nobody misses the invisibility. But either way, the queen would have stayed up, so that's kind of a swag spell at this point. So let's see if that's gonna come back to haunt him.
Yeah, and the Hog Riders are now starting. We see the first couple of Hog Riders flying across our screen. And now the vulnerability early on. The Headhunters are in there. But this Inferno Tower is out of reach for that queen. I don't know why he didn't broke into that compartment. I feel like where the queen is right now, those wall breakers could have just gotten that queen into the Multi-Inferno Tower. There is so much space left. Multi-Inferno Tower 1 is going down, but there's another Multi-Inferno Tower waiting later on. The heal spell now is getting used, and he has one more rage as well. But without that royal champion, which is so important on the back end, I'm not sure if there's tornado trap. No, tornado trap is not seen. Another rage to get this expo out of the way. Maybe the queen is quick enough to finish off the job with the owl actually taking out the clan castle.
Yeah, that owl is right in the court, but we do have a headhunter there as well. But we only have 25 seconds left. The queen's walking straight into the middle of the space. She's going to go for the wall now, which gives her access to the multi and to the backside of the space, pulling all the traps in the core. And no, oh, look at that owl and the warden going for that multi right there, securing it. And then they're going to reroute to the wall, but it's going to be another 2-star. So it's going to be 9-6 in Vatang's favor here. And again, it's being one-sided. It's the defenses that are shining for Vatang. And I guess if we think about it, here in the bracket, Vatang hasn't been tripled because it was all the 2-star. Well, wait, did we have a 1-star maybe for a Team X?
One triple.
Unless it was one triple. The 1-star brought it back. That's what it was. But still, 1 triple for all these attacks against these pro teams. And that's absolutely incredible. Their defenses are so strong.
Yeah, it's a really good job from the base building team, and I mean, success is giving them fully right over there. And really, we have to look forward if any of the teams can get the 3-star or get more 3-stars. But at the same time, we have to look at their offense, because this is what is so impressive to for them so far. There's now the next attack for Warning. He's coming in again with the Queen Charge Lalo onto this base with a quick Yeti Blimp to do up the clan castle, take down the royal champion, and take down this entire compartment. Even the expo is getting taken down, which is giving his queen great access to the scatter expo compartment. And take a look at that, Carmen. From this expo scatter compartment, he's going to be able to reach that town hall. So that's a lot of value. That's where he wants to go. But let's see if he's going to get his queen into that compartment.
Yeah, looks like the queen's stepping up. Will go for the storage. Then the Dark Elixir drill. At this point, he can wall break. No, he doesn't have any wall breakers. He can actually, yeah, that's right. He can reach everything from just walking straight on in. So would you say this is like kind of a base building issue here of like giving him this much access in this compartment right here with his queen?
I would say yes. Just being able to reach the queen, like reach the tunnel from everywhere, is a really strange decision from the base building team. But let's see if it's going to pay off in the end for Warning. But so far, the Queen Charge looks great. The investment which he had so far was not too much, considering he has still 3 spells left. That's a lot of spells, which you still can invest into the Lalo, which you can invest still into the Queen. So where is the Queen going next? Is she going to go for the wall further into the town hall compartment? But the Lalo is starting as well. The Queen is going for the wall, so that's looking really good for him.
Yeah, the Lalo's coming straight on the bottom side, but notice there are sweepers that are pointing directly down here. The Rage is coming down. Pops that warning ability over the enemy heroes, the Royal Champion, the enemy Queen. They're all down here, moving his way through. Look at all these spells, the double Rage. his queen cell on the top side. It just burns her ability to try to get through. The skeletons pop, but oh my goodness, look at all these balloons. The scatter shot, though, is going to hit them. Uh-oh. But this queen's in a rage.
Scatter is hitting hard, but it kind of felt like he's dropping those rages like hay spells. So many rages at the bottom side. He's trying to keep that queen alive at the top side with a minion wave coming in as well with those runes to distract those outside buildings. But with that royal champion ability still there, this is going to be another 3-star for Ratang. Ratang on the roll, just demolishing those bases and using the small base building mistakes which are there. Seeing that he can just like reach the tunnel from over there and just 3-starring with the Raged Loon Street right there. Nicely done. Really great attack.
Yeah, warning. What another beautiful attack for Vatang. And that is just incredible. 3 stars after 3 stars after 3 stars. And that's going to put them at 12. And Team XO, they're going to have to, well, they're going to have to hope for something drastic. 0 star, 1 star. It's just, Vatang is just walking away with this one with the incredible attacks and then the incredible defenses that are standing strong. And not only are Vatang's coming in with the 3 stars, but their attacks are just dominating, and they're just so consistent in their attacks, either with the air or if they want to bring ground. Anything they want to bring, it's perfect for these bases. They're breaking it down beautifully, and that's what Vatang can do. They weren't in the previous qualifier. Well, actually, no team here in this qualifier were there last week, and that shows the level of competition. So I'm going to be really curious if they're able to move on and if they're able to win this, because they've been super strong so far in this qualifier. Will they be able to make it in qualifier number 3? As we saw, Queen Walkers, who won first place last week, didn't make it back to this point. So we'll have to see if Vatang can keep riding this wave after this war. We'll have to keep an eye on that.
Yeah, as you said, there's a lot of prize money on the line in just this qualifier, but as well, with getting those qualifier points, it is really important to then, at the end, win the even bigger prize money to get into those playoffs, to make sure that you're earning the prize money over there as well, and having the chance at winning this golden ticket. Next attacker is in, and we have a Lalo attack. I don't know if that's going to be a cloned Yeti Blimp, but more likely just a regular Yeti Blimp.
Oh,
actually, the cloned Yeti Blimp right there. That's surprising. He wants to get both X-bows, and he is going to get those. That's great value, but the range is not dropped deep enough. So let's see how much he's going to get with those cloned Yetis.
Oh, he does. And also additionally lures out that CC with the Lava Hound, so he should be able to clear this. Queen is down. Single target Inferno is near this town hall, so the queen can't reach it unless he, I was going to say wall breaks in, but he doesn't have any wall breakers here. And already used the clone spell. Queen is taking this out. She doesn't matter in terms of needing to reach it because there's no healers. So her goal is just to secure the town hall at this point, it looks like. We got a Sneaky Goblin being dropped on the left. And it wants to set up this funnel to path this queen in towards the tunnel. Ice Golem is down to help tank and protect her, because there's quite a bit in this area. We'll have to see how much value can the queen get after the tunnel if she does indeed step in.
Yeah, and the king now around the bottom side to get some more value. There's no wall breaks left over there, so it's going to be interesting to see what exactly the purpose of this king is going to be and what the value is, what he's looking for. Queen is now taking down the town hall, and maybe he's just trying to actually tank with the king for the royal champion, but now he's hitting the royal champion quite early. But the time is just ticking. That's why he has to place the royal champion right away. He wants to get that multi-inferno tower, would be my guess, but still the royal champion has to perfectly path, and so far it seems like the royal champion is going to circle that inferno tower, so it's going to survive with that lalo starting now from the complete opposite side, right into the first air defense.
Yeah, he does have an invisibility spell for his RC, but the warden's not even down, and these balloons, he's finally dropping a handful of balloons to the bottom side, and that's where the warden goes. But the royal champion, he forgot to make her invisible, and so he lost the RC, and she did not take that multi-target inferno down. So he was trying to multitask, drops the rage there. That could definitely cost him here, as now the headhunter does take out the king just stays alive, so some lava pups help take him down, and that queen is almost full health. and absolutely shredding through the core of this base. And another defense for Vitang. What is up? What is up with their bases? Their bases are just holding so strong. Wow.
It is crazy, especially like just in the meta, defending so well. It is really, really impressive. And we have, again, 2 multi-inferno towers being left up. And that's, I feel like, a common problem. I think in the last attack from Team XO, we have seen as well that the inferno towers were left staying for too long with the Queen Charge Hawk Rider attack. And the Hawks...
Yeah.
I mean, multi-inferno towers are dealing quite some damage. You never can really underestimate them. And this one, they were just the last standing defenses. And you can see the stats, 12-8 with 4 attacks each. Wow. That's overall 4 stars different. Every single attack was a 1-star plus for the tank. That is super impressive. And it feels like yesterday, you have already mentioned earlier, we have had a lot of one-sided matches. We have to face it, right?
Yeah.
Like, except the last match, every single one was a one-sided match. And we're starting again with another crazy one-sided match today into this playoff bracket. And wow, that's just the only word we can say about the tank. Wow, their performance is incredible. And they're starting in next again with the Queen Charge Lalo. And they are trying to go for the perfect in this one.
Pulls out some rocket loons and super minions from the clan castle, which should be able to help go over to this queen here, and then deploying the healers to keep her alive. Rocket loons are not boosted here, so no worries. They're double poison spell to deal with this clan castle as he drops some sneaky goblins off to the right side by that wizard tower to help potentially set up a funnel to path this queen in towards the town hall with 2 super wall breakers to use. He can target the scatter shot as the queen, there it is. Queen's going to step in. Rage is down. And now the queen will have access to this town hall with this charge.
Yeah, and that town hall charge looks really good. But with those expos firing away, I mean, that's 4 ground expos, Carbon. That's a lot of damage. The queen is about to run into the town hall poison probably soon. So this queen is having a tough job in visibility spell.
Oh my.
This multitasking, Lalo, King on the left side, and the Queen Charge at the same time. That is not an easy thing to manage everything at the same time. Really impressive so far.
It really is. And look at that. The Queen is able to stay up, pops her ability, survives through that town hall poison. There's the tornado trap. Trying to move his way back through the bottom side here. We got giant bombs. We got traps, red air bombs, air skellies. The Queen, I was like, is the Queen down? No, that's the enemy Queen that is down next to her. She finally goes down now, has the RC ability that goes off. We have 4 more balloons to use. Healers are trying to transfer the RC, but no, she goes down. We have 1 free spell, but we have a multi and a scatter. It just might be too much here for Lancelota as we're losing the balloons. But they technically didn't even need to have the attack in. They were up by so much. Well, because the best that Team XO could get would be the 11 stars because of the absolutely stellar defenses that we saw from Vitang. And unfortunately, Lancelota was not able to get this one, right? I would say the scatter shot's going to be too much. You can drop a mini onto the storage behind it. 1 super wall breaker to use. But that scatter shot, well, we got 38 seconds. It does open up this area. These healers are huge for this king now.
The classic king charge, Carbon. Let's go. The king is charging in. But I just, with the healers going down, this is not going to work. I mean, he pushed this really far considering how the middle part of the attack went. But overall, this is going to be a solid. I mean, the king is going to take it out. Oh, he's in the range of the scatter. But the bomb tower, But still, it's going to be 14 stars again. The same thing as as yesterday. 14 stars for Vitang. And so far, they are looking good for their road to 10 stars on defense again versus Team XO. And now we have to wait for the last attack of Team XO and see what they can bring up. If it's going to be something fancy, if it's going to be, I don't know, something crazy, we have to wait.
Yeah, we will have to wait indeed. I guess that last attack was essentially a time fail because the minion was still alive. And if he had unlimited time, then it would be able to fly over and help take out the rest of the buildings, including the bomb tower. Unless it found a red air bomb, then that would have ended it. But granted, Vitang's defenses have been so strong, not only today, but also yesterday. where they held X Team to 10 stars as well. So if we don't see a triple from Team XO, then it's going to be the same result, a 10 to 14 star war, which that is so hard to hold your opponents. And this would be incredible because this would be a straight up 2-star every base, not like a 3-star with a 1-star mixed in. No, this is straight up only allowing your opponent to get 2 stars, and that's what it's looking like so far. But can Team XO triple with their final attack, which is with the Queen Charged Dragons, and sending that Warden on ground with your Queen? That could be risky.
Yeah, I think we have seen the same attack yesterday from them with the Queen Charge Dragon attack, and we have seen as well from them the Ground Warden Queen Charge. So last time it worked, even though the healers were doing an interesting job to say the least, with sometimes switching and sometimes not. The Queen is redirecting, taking down the Clan Castle, and there we go. The Dragons without the Warden. But Warden is actually switching over, but he's on ground. So we have to wait and see if he's running too far forward and into some ground expos, but so far it's looking great for this Queen to charge all the way and take down the Town Hall, with the Dragons clearing out the far left side completely on their own.
Yeah, with the freeze being used onto the multi, the Queen does have access to push into the Town Hall and be able to grab that with her ability. Royal Champion's already down and it has her ability. We got a lot of Teslas next to this Town Hall area, but another Rage coming down onto the Queen. Freeze is down. Queen should be able to secure the Town Hall with her ability now, as he does make it into here with a few dragons left. RC ability goes off. The biggest threat remaining is going to be this air defense on the backside for these dragons, but he's got the ability for the Queen. He's got the RC and the invisibility, and it looks like we do finally have a 3-star coming in from Team XO.
Yeah, really great job. Again with the same army as yesterday, and again with a nice overkill, because the Queen ability, he does not need it. He has plenty of dragons still alive, so really good job. And those ground warden charges really seem to pay off for him. And with that, it is going to be the first and only 3-star for them. 14 to 11 is going to be the final score, and this means Team XO is going to move into the third place match, while the Tang is going to move on into the finals. And that means a lot of points, and obviously money is already secured for those two teams moving forward.
Yeah, that's a big war. Great performance from Vitang, and just showing how strong they are here in the competition against these teams. And they're winning, which we will see them later today. We'll also see Team XO in the 3rd place match later today. We're going to be finishing the whole qualifier number 2 today, so you don't want to miss that. There are 3 more wars that are coming up. But let's go take a look at the bracket so you see exactly where these teams have gone and the next matchup that is coming here in this qualifiers. And there it is, Vitang moving on to the finals. Team XO going to the 3rd place. But the next match we have is Lakota Bushido versus Marcos Gaming. And Marcos Gaming just edged out that victory yesterday to make it to this point. And we know that Bushido was coming in with a lot of Queen Charge Lalos. And I think they were the one clan that almost used every single siege machine, it seemed like, with their Queen Charge Lalos, from the Flame Flinger to the log launcher. I think they even came with a blimp, and I think the one thing they didn't use was that siege barracks with their Queen Charge Lalos. So that's something to keep our eye on if they continue with the Queen Charge Lalo, or if they switch it up.
Yeah, they use a lot of Queen Charge Lalo, but I think we should take a look at the rosters for those two teams coming in. And we have on the left side with Liquid, Bushido, Jochem, Suev, Bonky, Kevin Jr., and Blacksmith versus the team of Marcos Gaming.
Yeah, with Marcos Gaming, we have Godfather, Alfonso, Grim, Master, and 11. And Marcos Gaming wants to take on Vitang. Bushido does as well. So, Vitang's defenses, will they shine in the finals? Will one of these teams be able to take on what Vitang has done so far? Because I think they have been the strongest looking team so far here in this qualifiers. And these teams here, even though Lakota Bushido, they did have a really good performance. Again, their war was not close because all the wars yesterday, except for Marco's Gaming's war, was kind of one-sided, where we knew what was happening or who was going to win going to the final almost 3 set or even 4 set of attacks in the wars. So this one is going to be a kind of a battle, I would say, of the Lalo, which has been what it has for a couple of months now with the pro scene, really doing these different Queen Charge Lalos. And I know you've talked about it before, especially on YouTube, with that new Queen Charge Lalo of the Warden with the King and the Log Launcher and popping that Warden ability. That's a really interesting style of Lalo that is really coming into the scene as of recently. And I was kind of wondering, is like, do you see that being what makes that attack super strong versus the traditional Lalo where we were seeing like Stone Slammers being used that were previous?
I feel like that Queen Charge Lalo variation is just like highlighting the power of the heroes the most, because most of the time in the Queen Charge Lalo you have that Queen Charge, which is quite obvious, but you're sending in the King separate and allowing him like maybe to clear out one compartment. But with using and combining the Warden and the King and even the Royal Champion and then the Log Launcher, you're just going to open up the entire base for the Queen and the King at the same time. And with no wards left, and the King and the Warden combination, which is just so powerful, especially with their abilities, you're going to clear out most of the time like 60, 70, 80% of the base before you even start with your Lalo. And Lalo overall, we know it, it's really, really flexible. You most of the time do not need that many spells. It's like one haste already, maybe a leftover freeze is already enough to empower those troops even more. So that's what makes this strategy so strong. And at the same time, it is really hard to bait. That's the next thing. You can bait a Flameflinger with traps, for example. Yes, you can try to scout for them, but well-placed Skeleton Trap, a well-placed Giant Bomb, for example, is holding a Flameflinger off quite a bit. But how do you counter a Log Launcher? That's not really that easy. So really, really good strategy overall. And looking forward to see that, because I think Bushido is having a really, really good setup overall, I think, because yesterday, the only reason why they made the match close a little bit was... Okay, the invisibility spell is quite late, actually. I mean, I'm not the Skelly Donut expert, but I feel like that was quite late. Is he going to still get that?
Oh, hang on. Does he have an Earthquake? No, he doesn't. Oh. No. That Clan Castle stays up, and he has no poison spell. That is oh, no. Oh, boy. Okay. So they're not going in with the Queen Charge Lalo. They did pull out the CC, which is the Lava Hound and Headhunter here. And the Yeti is going to have the Yeti Mites reach over the wall, grab the Wizard Tower, and grabs the air defense. And you think about, I mean, you just wonder, like, would it be okay? Like, if you just have one Baby Dragon and a Poison, you'd be able to take the CC down. Like, in reality, it's like, is it really worth it to have to take out a Clan Castle sometimes? But not having that poison spell is going to slow this Royal Champion down tremendously with all these Lava Pups. And this King looks like he's finding some Teslas before he's going to potentially step in towards the Scatter Shot.
Yeah, and even that entry seems to be baited with all of the Tesla over there combined. And now he has to somehow get with that Queen, that Town Hall as well at the same time. So a lot of things have to go his way. And at the moment, they are just not going his way. The Royal Champion ability already got forced. And with the King still about to approach that compartment, and with most likely Giant Bombs waiting for him over there, this is not going to look easy. And he does not even have Did he forget the wall break? I'm not really sure, because this Queen is not going to get that Town Hall most likely, or is she?
Oh, no. Yeah, the Queen's walking left, and he didn't have a wall break. He might have just forgot. And didn't bring that, and we're seeing the Lalo come in over the Town Hall. And again on this phase, I'm noticing those walls that are passing and funneled into the Town Hall. I'm really starting to notice that a lot more, but he's ignoring the Town Hall because it's not even activated. Oh, no!
No. I mean, Bushido had yesterday a 1-star, so... It wouldn't be the first time, but at the moment he has to somehow make this work. The Tornado Trap, no way. He had to save more loons, but the Tornado Trap is completely messing things up. The loons are trying to save this, but all of those loons are gone. No way, they're starting things off with the 1 star. And this is devastating. No way he didn't go for 2 stars. He just tried to go all out, and it's not paying off at all.
Not at all. We have the single target Inferno still up by that Town Hall, but these balloons go down. And that Lalo was started too early. Remember, unless that Town Hall is activated, you will not target the Town Hall until it turns on by taking some damage, or you hit that 51%. Yeah, 51% will activate it to then allow your balloons to target the Town Hall and then eventually try to take it down. But that's a 1 star that's coming in for the code Bushido, and that's going to drastically hurt. That's really going to be a problem. We saw that win yesterday with the 1 star, which we were seeing so many 1 stars coming in. And I would say this is the most 1 stars I've ever seen coming in a short amount of time of these 2 days between all these teams here. It's just crazy to think about, but it happens. And what an awful way. It's devastating to start off a war with that 1 star. So now the question is going to be, have they high morale, enough morale to turn this one around and try to triple out to maybe be able to finish off with 13? We'll have to see.
It's not going to be easy at all. Like, let's see. No. But at the same time, you said it. We had, I think, yesterday 4 or 5 1 stars in 4 matches only. So let's see how that's going to work. And we have the blimp early on. Okay, he's most likely going to try to take down the core, but the sweeper is denying that blimp so much.
Yep, there's the clone. Balloons split. Take out both Infernos in the middle as his heroes. But that queen is taking a lot of damage. She still has her ability to walk from the bottom side towards this Town Hall. But look at these dragons. There's quite a bit up as he's going to make his way in. And there is a Tesla farm before he's going to enter into the Town Hall compartment.
Yeah, the Town Hall is on the back, and the next problem now is with this Tesla farm, as you said, it's really, like, it's not 100% guaranteed that those troops are actually going to go towards the Town Hall, especially now with those dragons. Oh, maybe the Dragon Rider? And yes, the Dragon Rider is taking it down. That was super clutch. And with that, the Queen can now follow the King around and go into the last remaining defenses. And this turn from a 1 star into a 3 star really quick, because he has not even deployed the Royal Champion yet. The question now is he going to... No, he's not going to try to swag it. He's smart enough to know that even if there was a 1 star from Bushido team, he can still, like, turn around, and time is always an important factor at the moment, with Dragon still being quite strong. So making sure that he's using every single troop, using the Queen ability as well early on. And this means it's going to be the first 3 star for Marcus Gaming. Nicely done. Even though the blimp in the beginning was looking a bit sketchy, but a 3 star is in, and this means a 2 star lead already early on for Marcus Gaming.
Yeah, great job. That blimp cloned up in the core, was able to grab that value, and that really allowed the dragons and the heroes just to walk around. It didn't have to worry about the core of the base anymore, which made all the difference. Great job right there that we saw, but that is now a big difference. 3 stars to the 1 star in this matchup. So the code Bushido at this point are looking to triple out to come back from a 1 star, which you hate to see. And so obviously we talk about it being devastating, but here's the time to shine, to make a comeback. Hopefully they can hold some defenses and bring in the triples.
Yeah, and like one thing which I remember yesterday, they had to take a lot of legend style bases, and it seems like they were really feeling kind of in their comfort zone with attacking those bases with Queen George Lalo. And that's a thing for a lot of teams at the moment which are present in Legend. They're not used to attack anti-3 star bases anymore, because it's so common for them to attack those anti-2 star style bases. So anti-3 star bases sometimes are just getting forgotten at field. So we really saw struggle over there. But the next attack is, well, let's see if they're going to go with the Skelly Donut again, or if they're going to switch back to their comfort zone with the Queen George Lalo, with the different siege machines which they have shown yesterday. And they need to 3 star now. The next attack, guaranteed. Otherwise, this match kind of looks done again, and we have another one-sided match. So let's see if they can pull it back.
Yeah, we'll have to see if they can push their way through and make this comeback, because we know that the tank is waiting in the finals. And whoever wins this match will take them on, and whoever loses will go to the third place match to take on Team XO. And we'll have all the matches here today. We'll be crowding first place. We'll be giving out the 15 and playoff points, and then we will see at the end of the day of the leaderboard of where all the teams stack up here, because it is getting fierce. As we're going to be coming down to the final qualifier next week before the kind of the LCQ, the last chance qualifier stage. Because remember, this tournament for the Clash Masters, there is a golden ticket on the line that is going to be at the end of the playoffs. Whoever comes in first place at the end of the, not today, but in the whole tournament. There's so much more to come in, but we're going to see a Queen charge Lalo attack indeed with the Flame Flinger, which wants to grab this whole bottom side, can indeed grab a multi-target Inferno. And I'm trying to see no Hog Rider, potentially pull some traps to the bottom side where the Flame Flinger would end up walking. So let's hope that it's going to be a safe area for this Flame Flinger to get as this Queen charges in towards the scatter shot here.
Yeah, and he's trying to scout with the Barons if there's any surprise Tesla over there. He needs to make sure that the air defense is going to take him down quickly, and that's exactly what's happening, because this means that this Queen and her healers are going to stay safe. But there's the first red mine. Is there anything more coming? And more red mines? Oh, no! No way, no way, no way. That's bad news right now for Joachim.
Yeah.
How are they going to, after having the unfortunate 1-star with the Skelly Donut, are they now even going to run into Red Bomb Farm Bait? That would be so devastating, because so far, take a look at that Flame Flinger. So much value so far. He's trying to scout for it. Another Red Bomb, and there we go. All of those healers are gone.
What?
Even 3 Black Mines were over, like 2 Black Mines were over there as well. What is going on? This compartment was just
and the Flame Flinger opened. And
oh no!
Wow. Now that Queen's gonna make her way off to the right, does have her ability, but these healers are gone. So as the King's gonna look to path his way in towards the town hall, he does a wall break this Queen. Her ability is gonna be forced from the builder hut here. Ability goes off. This King should be able to secure the town hall as the Queen's gonna activate it. Does have an invisibility to help try to take it down. There's the King ability. Town hall is being secured, and he's getting spun away from the town poison. Which is, oh, but the single locked onto him and took him down.
Lalo is now starting from the bottom side. The next problem for him is a really big one, and the King is in between of that Headhunter start and the Queen. So he cannot send those Headhunters in. The King is going to tank those Headhunters. He's now trying to start in from the far left side. Are there any Spring Traps? They are jumping around, and no Spring Traps found. So a nice angle, but at the same time, take a look at this Sweeper. This Sweeper is giving him big problems. He has some rage. He has still one haste spell left, but just this Sweeper. The Sweeper is giving him so many problems now, pushing in. And time. Carbon time, 15 seconds. Time is going to be the deciding factor. But even though the red mine farm was there, this attack got still really close. So nicely done with the save. But overall, the Queen did not get enough value.
No, indeed, that Queen did not get the value he wanted. He did turn around for some percentage, but time was definitely not his side. Only the 86% 2-star there, and the red air bombs. All of them grouped together to try to stop that Queen charge, and it did just that. Those healers got taken out so quick, and there was a lot of sticky air mines, so that was the area that they, on the base, it comes down to, you know, let's hope that they do a charge in this area. It's kind of guessing, right? Even though the base is symmetrical, and the traps might not be symmetrical on each side, as we saw all the red air bombs on that bottom side. As the player, they were maybe guessing that they would charge from the bottom down there, and that's what a lot of players do. A ton of testing to see where you could potentially get a lot of value, and they were thinking down there, but it was not able to do it. And now we have the next attack, Alfonso from Marcos Gaming, his own version of that Queen charge Lalo, and we've got the Flame Flinger being used as well. Flame Flingers to the bottom of the base, as the Queen is on the complete opposite side on the top of the base. And again, we're seeing these walls that are going to push every single troop straight into that Town Hall poison. But this case won't happen, as he's got a Queen to reach over the walls and try to take that Town Hall down.
Yeah, those walls in the core, which you mentioned, are really a big problem for smash attacks. Because you can see, it doesn't matter where you're coming from, you always are going to get pushed into the town of poison. This was not the case last year. Those walls did not exist last year. And people were just slowly coming up with those ideas, trying to counter smash with this town of poison, found the answer with those walls. And now he's, turning things. No, that was too late because the queen was already on the path over there. And is she now losing her ability? Even the headhunters are trying their best to make sure the queen's losing her ability, but it's so close.
Wow, look at that. The queen's ability stays intact, has the king ability go off, takes out the scatter shot over there. But the problem is, this queen, where is she going to path? The Lalo's already starting. This could be a 1-star. If the queen doesn't get her way into the town hall, Tesla farm right off the bat for these balloons, raging them up. We have a Warden Eternal Tome to utilize, but this queen is just walking around. But she does finally now come back around to go into the core.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. Like, since the update, there's a couple of like visual glitches, it seems like, with one tile open compartments. It kind of looks like they're not open, but yeah, the queen was able to walk through at the top side. But now it's all about the core. The core is really, really stacked. And you can see his heroes as well are getting forced through the town of poison, which means the queen, even though she's looking strong, she now has to step into the town of poison. Is getting forced in there right now. Nothing is targeting the multi-inferno tower, but now the loons are coming in from the bottom side. The Dragon Rider with those loons supporting now. Praise is there. Nicely done. The queen survived in 40 seconds. This should be enough.
Yeah. With that queen ability, remember, you don't have to take out the enemy queen, just have to remove all of the buildings, and Alfonso is doing just that. And wow, what a way to stay composed as the queen started to walk the wrong way. He started the Lalo to funnel her back. Usually, people would start to be freaking out and be like, okay, what do I do? The queen's going to completely walk the wrong way. Alfonso kind of doubled down, did the Lalo, was able to clear all that, and then force that queen back, because if he didn't do that, the queen would have never gone in to get the town hall and then secure it, and it could have been a 1-star. But great job for Alfonso, staying calm and collected and getting it done and pulling in another triple for them.
Yeah, really great job. And so far, we kind of see already the final in front of us with Marcus Gaming versus Vatang. It's, again, a really one-sided match. And that's just so surprising to me. We have seen so many one-sided matches so far over this qualifier. So now we need a really miracle run pretty much from Bushido, not only on offense, but as well on defense, for them to pull things around, which is not going to be easy at all. And so far, all of their Lalo approaches were shut down from the base building from Marcus Gaming. So we have to wait if they're coming up with something different, or if they're just saying, okay, so far we did a couple of execution mistakes or ran into a couple of unfortunate baits with those red mines. Let's see what they're going to come up with, or if they're going to have a completely different approach to the next attack. But my guess would be that they're just staying in comfort zone, saying, okay, guys, maybe we should just flip the plan if something is looking too good, and then just take a look at the other side. If a base, as the second one, is symmetrical, and there might be a red bomb farm.
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't know with those symmetrical bases where the traps could be. It's kind of guessing at that point. And my question to you, Itsu, is when you're building a symmetrical base, do you try to do that where you place traps on one side and try to guess where they may go? Or do you place traps more symmetrical so that no matter where they go, they'll get hit by the traps?
I feel like you try to place the buildings, but you cannot place in a symmetrical way. That the attacker is unintentionally getting forced a certain direction. For example, the warden is a good thing, or the king, for example. You can always like push them a little bit further to one side or to the other, and with that already have an input where the attacker might come from. For example, if you queen charge into a clan castle, you have the option of going into the king or into the warden. Attackers always go the king way, because you can just use a headhunter to make him useless, while facing the clan castle, having the warden on your queen is never a good thing. So those are the small things you're looking for. Even though the base looks symmetrical, it is not 100% at the end. But we have the next attacker as well in with Kevin Jr. from Bushido with the Dragon and Dragon Rider, the Hydra attack onto this base, most likely with the blimp, and that queen is really struggling against those super minions.
Yeah, I think he used the unfortunate, the spells in the wrong order of poisoning the headhunters and freezing the super minions. You definitely want to poison those super minions so that when you freeze headhunters, they don't hit your queen, and eventually the super minions will end up going down. But this pimp is trying to help take this town hall down. It made it rage, and that went down instantly. There was no issues there, as this queen is continuing her charge in towards this multi-target inferno. But we got the enemy queen that is still standing up in the middle of this base. Dragons are making their way around. The World Champion finally gets deployed by this air defense over here.
Yeah, and now this one compartment with all of those tests are still staying up, protected by the defending queen. He can already, he has still 3 looms left, surprisingly, which he can deploy wherever. Like maybe on the archer tower on the bottom side. No, it's actually the cannon. Oh, the queen ability is getting forced. Now maybe he's taking over the defending queen. Yes, indeed. And with that Royal Champion ability, he should be able to finish off the job. Nicely done. So Bushido coming in with their first 3 stars, switching things up, surprisingly, into, like away from the Lalo, into the dragons, and finding success right away with their approaches. So nicely done, but it's still a long way for them to get this comeback in any means.
Yeah, with that triple, Kevin, great job right there. And wow, the dragons, queen staying up and allowing her to walk towards that multi-target inferno, getting great value, dealing with the CC and getting the triple. That's what they need, and they need to keep that up in order to have a chance here.
Yes, that's exactly what they have to do. At the same time, for Marcus Gaming, nothing has changed. They just need to keep performing. They have a huge lead still. Like, it's 3 stars, and they can just make this even better at the same time. So let's see what they're coming in with next and what strategy they're going in with. And overall, they're looking great in this match. At the same time, you try to win as high as possible, because going against Vatang in the finals is not an easy thing at all. So having a good momentum, like having a high, like finishing on a high note in this match and going with that into the next one against Vatang might give you a nice advantage mindset-wise, because this is always an important factor as well, which you sometimes might forget. So let's see what they're coming in with the next. The ring base it is. And that's going to be Queen Charge Lalo. Let's see how he's going to handle this base.
With that Queen Charge Lalo, no jump spell into the middle. He's going to go with 3 super wall breakers to try to get this queen in and try to wall break towards this ground expo. She's taking a lot of damage, and is her ability going to be forced? No, he's surviving this so far. So can this queen eventually make it to the town hall? That is going to be an epic charge with 5 rages.
Yeah, a lot of rages which he's trying to invest, but so far no other wall. Okay, there's another wall break, but I am not sure if that wasn't too late, because the queen is now getting dragged to the top side with those storages, and might even go all the way towards that expo. So he might have to use the invisibility spell. There's another Royal Champion coming in to push that queen back, but was this early enough? Oh no, this expo might cause some problems. The queen is still going for the top side. Where's she going next? Is she going to come back? Yes. Nicely done with that Royal Champion.
Come back. Super wall break is down to open up towards the town hall. But will the queen step in there? The queen is not being raged up, but I was going to say the healer is not being raged up. Protect that queen. But she makes it through the king, and she's stepping in straight for this town hall. Look at that. The queen's going to be able to secure the town hall, and then the Lalo's going to come around. And just to see that, a queen, and you can get her to charge all the way straight into a middle of a ring base and not walk around, that was a great job.
Yeah, I would have been so scared with that queen pathing. He did not invest anything in any invisibility spell whatsoever, so really nicely done. Yes, no, he has 3 more rages. I just wanted to say, like, he has no more rages left, but there's 3 more rages to go. Queen ability popped because there's so much damage, but still, he has to get those dunes through all of this with the scatter and the sweeper staying alive from the moment. But there's so many rages. The poison now for the Royal Champion as well, and things are looking good for 11 right now.
I think he believes rages are the same thing as haste spells, you know? He's taking them into this attack here. But the thing is, there's quite a bit of balloons, and the queen is somehow still alive, survived through the lava hound. The Dragon Rider now comes out. The queen's clearing the core. Dragon Rider goes up. The enemy Royal Champion is going to be trying to take down the Dragon Rider, and does just that. But minions on top of the Raw Champion, slowly trying to take her health away. 20 seconds left. Now, the Raw Champion goes down for one shot from the Queen. There's the invisibility. And we've got ourselves a triple from 11 of Marcos Gaming. They keep the 3 stars rolling in this war. And if they're not going to be stopped, and again, it's going to be one-sided. And remember, the winner of this is going to take on Vitang in the finals. And wow, beautiful job to charge that Queen. It was getting a little risky and a little nervous of that Queen walking up to that Expo, but the Raw Champ helped set that funnel to force that Queen back into the core.
Yeah, it was really nicely done overall, like using the Royal Champ as a funnel method and then just taking the risk, I guess, with having his Queen perfectly step into that core and then just a nice, beautiful follow-up with the lalo, just making sure that it's going to be a 3-star. So nice job. And even though Bushido just had their first 3-star, it does not matter. They just keep being behind for 3 stars because Marcos Gaming is just non-stop putting out those numbers, putting out those 3 stars. And with that, they just cannot catch up. They have to 3-star now twice. At the same time, have to hope for some crazy defenses, which, I mean, if we consider the performance so far from Marcos, it's not going to be easy for them.
No, it's not going to be at all. And it's going to be very difficult to make a comeback in here. But also, if they win, it's going to be super difficult against Vitang, who have held their opponents to back-to-back 10-star wars. So it's really been the defensive side for Vitang that has shined. And now, can we see Bushido come in with a triple? They're going to have to triple out and hope for the defenses against Marcos. Because even if they didn't 1-star, they would still be down by quite a bit. The 2 stars is because it would be 9-7 if that 1-star was able to get that second and was able to secure that. But it's really a matter of you have to put up triples and you have to be putting up close to the 14-star wars to be having a chance in these wars. But we're going to see Bushido with that zap Queen. Oh, okay. The lightning into a Queen charge Dragon Rider here, with taking out that initial compartment, including that single target Inferno, the Inferno Tower that was there. With a balloon onto the cannon, you can help try to force the funnel to get this Queen to walk into the Town Hall and get that value with 2 multi-target Infernos in the middle behind the Town Hall.
And it's pretty interesting to see a Queen Charge Dragon Rider attack. I feel like they were already kind of rare before the balance changes. But now with having stronger air defenses and stronger Black Mines, I feel like Dragon Riders really were the unintentional big loser of the update, it feels like, with having so many nerfs happening to air, which did not even, like, were supposed to target them, but they did indirectly. So it's going to be interesting now to see how good they're going to work against this setup, especially there's this one sweeper pointing towards the right side, and depending where he's starting, seems like he's starting on exactly that right side. He has to be careful with those Dragon Riders. There is one of his 2 rages invested to defend and take down that that clan castle. So let's see where he's going to send the Dragon Riders. It seems like he wants to clear out the compartment on the right with his heroes and then start with the Dragon Riders right into that Eagle.
Yeah, if he can get the Dragon Riders and Eagle, that is a beautiful job to be able to take it down nice and early. With the Raw Champion off to the right to follow in with the King assistance. And just like that, the Dragon Riders are down to move in towards the Eagle. Stone Slammer coming down as well. And he's got the Queen. So many parts of this raid is going down at the same time, trying to multi-attack. And look at that. The Warden ability protected that Stone Slammer through a few Seeking Air Mines. That's going to be fantastic value as the RC's ability goes off. The Headhunter to slow down that enemy King, pulling some red air bombs. But this Queen makes her invisible, still has her ability to try to take down that enemy Queen, but she's getting distracted on some Skellies.
Oh no, Queen versus Queen chase.
Oh my. Oh my.
Queen is chasing the other Queen, but there's the auto ability. Oh my goodness. But now the defending Queen is back, and she's now taking on those Dragon Riders. The attacking Queen has to come back as well, and yes, she is. But time, 30 seconds. He has to place clean up everyone, but this attack is looking good. Really beautiful Queen charge with those lightning, something which we don't see too often, especially with the Dragon Rider follow-up. But this is working great for Blacksmith, and only time can stop him now.
We got minions to the top side, so they're going to clutch up the top buildings. We've got, oh, the laboratory. The down goes it. That's the final building with 5 seconds to go. And we've got ourselves a 3-star from Bushido Blacksmith. Great job using the 6 lightning spells. When you use that amount of lightning spells and bring a queen charge to the mix, that only means that you have like almost no spells for that queen charge portion, which also meant that he had nothing for the Dragon Riders. So Dragon Riders do have really good potential to move through a base even without spells. So that allows, it's not like dragons or E-dragons, which really kind of need that benefit of the rage. But this one, we're seeing from Master looking to try to get some E-drag chain value. But that air defense is still up over there on the far right side, which could be an issue and take down the E-drag pretty quick. We'll get ready for an early Warden ability as he moves his way straight on in.
Yeah, everything is now getting into that scatter compartment with the queen. Should get pushed back just a second around this far left side, but you have this problem now that his queen on her own is going to face that defending king. The clan castle is taken down, and those dragons have now to deal with all of those defenses in the core. King is on that queen, but he has the headhunter with his queen together, so that shouldn't be the biggest problem, and the core has been taken care of.
Well, that one single target Inferno is standing there. It will be an... Oh, and he also pulls out a Lava Hound. The Eagle has been taken out. Queen's going to get distracted on the Hound, but he does have a poison spell, so that is really nice. The poison will help with the Lava Pups once the Queen takes it out. But with one free spell left and the enemy Royal Champion with full health. So it's going to be a Royal Champion versus Royal Champion, but also other defenses are going to be on top of her, making their way around. There's the freeze onto the enemy RC. Queen's got her ability, which is probably going to have to be forced here. RC's ability goes off. Queen takes out the Grand Warden Altar, but the RC can't survive. Oh, no.
No way. Just this Expo with that Royal Champ together are going to provide so much tanking and damage. The Royal Champion is going down. Can this one dragon now take down the rest? But the single Inferno Tower is locked onto it. It's going to save itself outside of the range, but the Owl and the Baby Dragon, I don't think this is going to be enough. And this is the first defense for Bushido. And I don't know, I feel like if the first attack of Bushido wouldn't be this, this mess with the Sketty Donut, I think this match could have been actually incredible close overall, because except that first attack, Bushido did really great in attacking. We have to give them that, but just Marcos Gaming were just so on point with all of their attacks. So really strong showing from Marcos Gaming so far. Bushido falling short in the first attack, but this defense, I'm not really sure if it's going to change too much, but at least they have a defense.
Yeah, that's the thing. The war, it's going to be it would have been a 1-star war if it wasn't for that 1-star, or a 1-star differential, I should say. It would be 11-10, but it is 11-9 right now in Marcos Gaming's favor. And they, just with a 2-star, they will be pushed up to a 13, and then that will be securing the victory. But that's the big thing, is the 1-stars. We've seen it quite a bit over this weekend. I would say seen it more this weekend than any other weekend that we've seen some competitive league tournaments in Clash of Clans. And it's either a mix of, I would say they're kind of taking the risk, kind of going all out for it, or it's just maybe a little bit of the unlucky factor with some troops going around and not going for a town hall and just not going their way. So a mix of both. But we're going to see the winner of this match take on Vitang in the finals, which is today. There are 2 more matches after this, so you guys don't want to miss it. We have the 3rd place match and then the finals to close it off. And remember, they're trying to get the points for the playoffs. The first place gets not only 15 playoff points to try to qualify for the playoffs, but they will also get $2,500 for winning first place here in this qualifier. So there's quite a bit of prize pool on the line that they're still fighting for. But we got the final set of attacks, with the next attack from Bushido coming in with that queen charge Lalo. We do have a log launcher in the mix here with 2 ground expos near this Eagle artillery. If the queen's charging in there, which it looks like she is, but the king gets locked down by the expo, not the queen, which should help keep this queen alive as she encounters the enemy king now.
Yeah, there's now going to be one of those classic locked onto charges for those box spaces. And if everything is going well, like if the queen is pathing in the right way and everything, those are typically the attacks where you can swag your lalo. It really depends on how everything is like pathing, but so far it looks great. The king is going to the outside, which means he might be able to deal with that queen, and then the core is going to be taken care of with those yetis, and he even has the chance to rage it up, because at the moment he has a lot of rages left. Let's see if he's going to decide against it or for the rage in the core. So far it seems like he's deciding against it, trying to invest all of those spells into the queen. The next wall break, you're getting that queen into the town hall compartment, so things are looking really good for him. But the thing is, he has to make sure that this defending queen is getting dealt with, and that's the biggest problem with those type of attacks. But so far, things are looking really good for Bushido.
Well, look at that value. Wall broke into the town hall. Incredible. That queen absolutely took down that base. And look at what's left. He's got to have the lalo 14 loons. He has 2 more rages to try to keep either this queen alive or just a lalo over the enemy queen with some headhunters. But I remember when we were thinking that box bases were one of the just most annoying and hard bases to take down, and we're seeing this is taken down with ease. Look at this attack here. This just might be how you triple these bases. And look at that. Down goes the enemy queen. Down goes the final compartment. And this is a beautiful attack here. And that's going to put them up to 12 in this war, which means that Marcos will only have to get a 2-star to win. But, I mean, 2 stars is not always guaranteed here, as we've been seeing.
Yeah, as soon as we see a ring base popping up for the last attack from Marcus Gaming, we have to be scared. But, yeah, I mean, they can just use super dragons or any dragon armies to secure the 2nd star. But this attack looked really, really nice. Especially those lockdown to charges on those box spaces are either overkill 3-star, I feel like, where you nearly swag your lalo like he did, like 3 or 4 buildings to take down, or it's going to be a 1-star. So it's quite a risky approach, because if your queen is not going to take down the town hall, to get this town hall with most of the time any spells is a big challenge, especially with, like you have seen, the Tesla farm in front of it. So it can be either way. It can turn out either way. You really have to practice that if you want to pull it off in a Clan War League, for example, match, or anything anywhere else. So I really recommend that before you're going in with the Clan War or Clan War League and messing with the feelings of your clanmates, make sure to practice in FCs or in the Legend League. Otherwise, you might have some teammates who do not like you anymore. But maybe. Now we have the last attack for Marcus, and well, 2 stars to win wars, I guess.
Indeed, that's all you need. 2-star to win this one to move on to the grand finals match, which is later today. So you don't want to miss that. But what do we think? Are we thinking Dragons something to secure the 2-star, or do they stick with what they originally were planning? So if you were in this situation, Itsu, what would you do? Would you switch from your plan to go for a save 2, or would you stick with your original plan and try to just get the triple?
I think it depends how risky that original plan is. Like, if the original plan would be something like on that box base, I would definitely switch up the plan. But if it's something where you charge the town hall, for example, you don't need to switch, right? Because it's a safe 2-star. Otherwise, dragons are always a safe bet, and at this point, it's not about like trying to win with as many stars as possible. The win is a win. This is what matters. So let's see what they're coming up with. And it is actually the dragons on this ring style base, but it's actually a pretty popular one because it's one of the RPG bases from, I think, the last golden ticket qualifier. So let's see how they're going to deal with that one and how safe their 2nd star is going to be. Because I remember Sinti attacked this base back then, and that was with air as well, with super dragons actually, with a flame finger from the top side, which did not end well at all for him. So let's see how good this approach from the bottom side now is.
Yeah, we've got that Warden ability protecting this blimp. There's the Rage. Get ready for a clone over the Town Hall to be able to secure the 2-star. There's a Tornado Trap right off the bat. There's more red air bombs. There's another Rage. There's the clone. They go to the Town Hall, and yes, the Town Hall is secured as his queen's going to make her way up to the top side of the space. Just has to get the 50%, and they will win this war and advance to the finals. And there we go, with the Raw Champion still to use, trying to make her way around this base. Out comes the Lava Hound, but congratulations to Marcos Gaming. They will be advancing.
Yes, indeed, and they're still going for the 3rd star right now. I mean, there's still a lot of on the back end, so I'm not sure if they're going to secure it. But as I said, 2-star was what they were coming for. He has no spells left. The Royal Champion is trying to take down the single Inferno Tower, but it's going to survive. And this is going to lower his chances of 3-starring quite a bit, especially with that Queen already using her ability. But there's a Rocket Loon coming out of nowhere, taking
I know. Where did that come from? Okay.
Yes, one more.
Yeah, that is true. Oh, Queen's dead. Pops the King ability. Wizard Tower goes down. One more Rocket Loon towards the cannon on by the scatter shot, but it's not going to matter. Grim gets what he needed for this to win this war. Going to push them to 13, and it was the 1-star for Lagoon Bushido that really cost them. They were also down on percent, as you can see, but obviously a 1-star really not only hits the morale, but also can be a low percentage many of the times too. But congratulations to Marcos Gaming. They will be advancing to the finals to take on Vitang. And we've seen some one-sided wars with 1-stars that have come in. But now we're going to be moving on to the 3rd place match next. But before we do that, let's take a look at the bracket and see where these teams stand here, Itsu.
Yeah, the bracket, and you can see it. We have our finalists right there. We have the Tank versus Marcos Gaming. The Tank so far always incredible on offense and defense. So far, 14-10 and 14-11. That is really impressive. And Marcos Gaming won their 2 matches as well, with their opponents always scoring, I think, at least 1 star. So, like one time at 1 star. And then the 3rd place match, we have Team XO facing off against the Code Bushido. And both matches obviously have a nice prize money on the line, but as well, everything depends now on the with the outcome on how many points they're going to get to move forward and maybe have a chance for the playoffs and qualify for that, because this is what all of those teams have their eye on, because that's even more prize money on the line and the all-important golden ticket.
Yes, that golden ticket that the players are trying to get, because this is only qualifier number 2. We had qualifier number 1, which Queen Walkers came in 1st place for that, so they got 15 points. If you're able to win this qualifier, you do get 15 points. Queen Walkers did not make it back. It's been all new teams for this one, so then we have one more. And yes, you guys at home can sign up your team right now if you guys want to sign up and play in qualifier number 3. So you guys have a chance to compete against these teams. So be sure to check out the Clash Masters Twitter if you want to learn more about that and how to sign up. But we do have 2 more matches here today, which will be the 3rd place and then the grand finals to see who is going to be getting the 1st place prize of $2,500 and the playoff points of the 15 points there. But before that, we're going to have to let the teams kind of get their prep underway and then some planning, and then we'll bring it back here. So we're going to take a short little break, and we'll be back when the attacks are about to be rolling in for the 3rd place match. So we'll see you soon. Welcome back to the Clash Masters presented by Rush.gg. I'm Carvin, joined here with Itsu for the final two matches here of Qualifier number 2. We've seen today some not so close wars until the end. Hopefully these next wars will come down to the final set of attacks. It's really been the storyline of defenses where Vitang has shined and been holding their opponents to 10 stars. And then for Marcos Gaming, their defense, holding Bushido to the 1 star. So they will be in the finals. But, man, well, hopefully we've got some more really great attacks, which I'm sure we'll see here, Itsu.
Yeah, that's right. It has been some one-sided matches so far. But now I think with the teams matching up against, which so far had been kind of close in the performance, I think this should be a close one. So let's dive into the roster of our first, of the rosters of the first match of the two teams. We have Team XO versus Liquid Bushido. On the Team XO side, we have Kunal, Yash, Zhao, Byak, Manchit, and Sam coming in versus the Liquid Bushido team.
Yeah, with Joachim, Soph, Bonky, Kevin Jr., and Blacksmith, they are looking to answer and try to get into 3rd place. That's the best they can do, as they can't be winning 1st place here in this qualifier, so they're trying to be getting those points to eventually make it into the playoffs, because after that match, then we'll have the grand finals of qualifier number 2, which will be Vitang taking on Marcos Gaming, and that we can't wait for that one, as Vitang has really been on a hot streak coming in with their attacks and defenses. So that match is coming right after this one, but it's really the storyline of the 1 stars. Do you think we're going to see another 1 star in this match here?
I mean, you never know. As you said, I think in the last 2 days, we have seen 5 to 6 1 stars, something like that, which is a crazy amount. I think that's normally the amount which we see in multiple months. So that's really surprising. So it wouldn't be too surprised to see one more 1 star over the last 2 matches. But as well, I kind of hope that we don't see them anymore, because I mean, that's obviously not what the players want to showcase to us as viewers and casters. So I'm hoping for some really cool, crazy, and close matches. And we have the next attack coming in with Team XO starting things off with the Lalo attack and with the blimp in the warning ability to get all the way and to take down that town hall.
Yeah, looking to have this blimp land. It does right near this town hall with the rage, the invisibility. Wants these super wizards to step in and go for this town hall. There's the invisibility at an angle, so they can also go for the single target Inferno, and the Hound that just pops like that. One more invisibility spell and takes that. Oh, and the final one. Can they even grab the scatter shot? I don't think so. No, they do grab the final storage though.
Yeah, and a lot of damage has been dealt, but yeah, that's a lot of investment spell-wise. Like, typically you don't see that many invisibility spells which are getting invested. King, Queen, everything is in there now. The next wall break is in there as well. Let's see if the King and the Golem are going to follow that path. So far, the funnel is looking great. The King and the Golem, which is already splitting into all of those Golemites, are walking in. And he's going to try to take down at least the Royal Champion. Going to take down that Scatter. And take a look at that timing with the Headhunter. Is he going to match it with the King? Yeah, timing was pretty good. Making sure that Headhunter is connecting. And now only this bottom side of the base is left standing.
Yeah, the bottom side with the Eagle Artillery is going to be the biggest threat. And the Queen. Oh, we find a Tesla farm that pops off to the right side. With that Hound flying and tanking these balloons. Remember, we don't have that Grand Warden to use since he was already used in the very beginning. But there's not too much to hit these balloons. Once this queen takes out the enemy queen, and the multi over here can path his way through with a couple free spells still to use. One more used. Queen goes down. But can he take out the enemy queen? We got the headhunter. We got the freeze on the backside. A handful of balloons. The RC is going to go down. Unless there's a bunch of traps. These balloons are looking pretty good, but they can go down pretty quick here to these point defenses.
And how did that owl survive? The owl was sent in with that warden in the beginning, but it still survived until this point. And now those loons. Oh no! I mean, the one Tesla is really low, but the other Tesla I think is heading quite. Oh no!
Come on,
Tesla.
They can get it right.
Tesla 1 is down. Tesla 2 is down as well. And with that, we are going to see the first race star of this match. Team XO starting strong with the warden ability blimp right into that core, making sure it's going to connect. And obviously, this base did not prepare for this entry. So nice opening with a lot of a really heavy entry investment, but it's paying off big time. And this means great start for the team.
Great start from Team XO. And notice who didn't attack first for Team XO. Sam. He did not attack first there, which he typically does with his E-Dragons. So maybe they're switching things up to try to kind of change it to have maybe a little bit of a morale boost. But maybe he wasn't ready. Maybe he's still planning his E-Dragons, which I'm assuming that's what he's going to do, since that's the only attack I've ever seen him do in the competitive scene when I've been watching the wars for Team XO. But Bushido, you know what they're going to do. Probably a Queen Charge Lalo, maybe some Dragons. They've been kind of doing either switching up between the two for this war here today, just before. So it's going to be interesting to see. But really, that was a great attack. He took like 33 balloons. That's quite a bit of balloons in an attack. And with that early warden ability to protect that blimp all the way to the town hall, it paid off. And it was a great job to get that super wizard blizzard value there.
Yeah, really uncommon way in the pro scene to do those warden ability entries, because if they're not going to pay off, you're going to have a huge problem because of the investment. But we're going to see the same approach again from Bushido with those Queen Charge Lalo attacks, and again the lock launcher is selected to make sure that he's getting the value on those box spaces, starting early on with the king, but right into a Tesla farm. So this is going to delay him quite a bit. Next problem for him is he needs to make sure that his king is walking into this compartment really quickly, and the queen is dealing with that defending queen. And now he should be able to walk into that compartment. The Royal Champion should be added on this far right side soon as well.
Yeah, and the warden ability protects all the barbarians. Remember, if you're trying to say, hey, when is the best time to hit that warden ability? If I'm sending it with the king, well, it's when he pops the king ability, all the barbarians spawn, then you use the warden to protect all of them, so they provide that distraction. But this wall wrecker, or the log launcher, I should say, opens up. The rage is used onto these yetis so that they can then go and take out this multi-target inferno into the core. What else? Can they take out the second? There's no way, right? There's no way the other multi goes down. It's damaged. The builder hut goes down, and the other multi stays. But this warden's getting stuck on the hound. He rages up the queen. Oh, forces that queen ability. But these healers are pretty low health here.
Yeah, pretty low health. And the queen is still having to get that tower. I talked about it. If you miss that tower with our queen charge, with those approaches, you're going to have a rough time. And the Lalo is not going to be as easy as you might think. You have the scatter alive, you have the multi-fern tower alive. It is not going to be an easy Lalo at all, especially without too many spells, without the warden support. So we have to wait for that. And I'm kind of surprised that he did not invest those headhunters. I feel like if he would have invested the headhunters to take down the defending Royal Champion, we can see on the far right side both Royal Champions chilling next to each other. If he would have used those headhunters to take down the defending Royal Champion, he could have maybe even taken down the scatter shots. And that's like the important moments in those attacks with those Lalo. So let's see. Lalo is in. The scatter is start shooting now at the loons as well. There's the invisibility spell for the queen. But he's still having one rage left. Where is he going to use it? Rage on top of that scatter. But the air defense is just taking care of those loons one by one. And the multi-fern tower is alive as well.
Yeah, that town hall just goes down from the queen. No ability for her, so she's going to go down to the town hall poison. Ground Expo is going to take her down, but the Ground Expo is taken out by the balloons with only about 20 seconds left, but that core multi-target Inferno is still standing here, has a handful of headhunters finding a giant bomb. They're going to go down, and we've got ourselves a defense for Team XO. Very nice try from Bushido, but it's not going to convert. They needed a triple to answer, but hey, it's the start of this match that the very first attack is in. Anything can happen with the next set of attacks in this war here, but unfortunately, he wanted that log launcher to potentially grab both multis with the Yeti Mites, maybe with the race to jump over the walls to go grab that, but wasn't able to. And like you mentioned, had those headhunters. If he maybe used them with his Raw champion to help assist her, could she have gotten more value, including that scatter shot? The whole attack could have been changed. Well, too bad we were not able to find that out, but it was really a close attempt there.
Yeah, if you're thinking about trying to like one-trick this army, I feel like the biggest learning curve, at least for me when I tried it as well, was where to use the spells. I feel like the first approach, the first time when I used this strategy is like always obviously raise the queen, make sure the queen charges keep going. But sometimes if you can see, okay, the queen is going to be fine for quite some time, you can use a lot of spells for your heroes, use the rage for your king and ward or the royal champion, use freeze, invisibility spell, things like that. But this is like the skill level of this strategy. And now we have the next attack coming in. Sam, you talked about it. You said he is going to attack with Electric Dragon. And yes, he is. Drawing the two lines. Electric Dragons first, Loons after. And now the Warden ability as they're approaching the first line of defenses with the first couple of chains connecting into the base.
Indeed, with that blimp now landing down in the Town Hall, taking it down. And the balloons won't be able to grab the builder, but it's okay as the E-Dragons are moving their way straight on in to the core of this base. Look at the chains that are just going right on through. His heroes are trying to make it into the Eagle, and the Raw Champion is still to be used. And where did this base go? 45 seconds in the attack, and the base is almost gone.
This is just crazy. What is going on? There's nothing left. I mean, it's 1 minute into the attack. It's 70%, but you can see those percentage points are only on the outside of the base. The majority of defenses are already down. The queen has her ability left. The royal champion not even deployed yet. The question now is he going to try to swag the royal champion? But I feel like he has to use it, and especially, we all know time might be a factor. It's not always going to come end like this, but there's always the chance of having like time being a deciding factor. Now the royal champion is in, trying to tank for his queen, so the queen can survive, and the unicorn especially as well. Triple skeleton trap right there. And this might be again way closer than we might have thought in the beginning.
Oh, that triple skelly trap is going to really stall up this Raw champion here. She's taking some damage from the cannon. Going to force her ability. There it is. Cannon goes down. And we've got 2 Teslas and 1 additional cannon to be on this backside. But remember, we have some storages that are going to slow this queen down. Raw Champ's going to step up ahead. Take out this cannon. But these Teslas, 2 shots from the Raw Champion. It will go down. 1 final left. And the queen should be able to finish this one off. Wow. Beautiful.
Wow. What an attack. Really nicely done by Sam, just obliterating that base. And with that, they're getting the next place star on the board. So far, 2 out of 2 for them. And now we really need that first place star for Bushido into this match to make sure that this match is staying close. I mean, percentage-wise so far, it is close. But they need that first place star on the board to make sure that the stars are close as well. But so far, we have to say Team XO really coming in hot into this match. And I feel like so far, we have not really seen too many comebacks. Like, as soon as a team had a lead, they were just running away with it. So then Bushido really needs to make sure that they're staying close to have this chance of a comeback, because otherwise, just seeing the trend of this tournament so far, it was really hard for teams to come back.
Yeah, and that's the big thing is, after the first few set of attacks, it's really seemed like one team indeed has had that clear advantage because of either back-to-back fails with the other team getting back-to-back triples, or even the 1-star that's been coming in, and we don't want to see that. We're seeing the score is 2 triples from Team XO. If Bushido don't come in with that triple, then they're going to be really down, and it's going to be a hard comeback, which has been something that we've seen in the tournament, or the tournament as a whole so far, which we're seeing CJ looking to come in with the blimp. And look at that. We have the Hound go to the air defense, making it invisible so that it could task for seeking air mines over the Eagle artillery to try to get all of this value, including this multi-target Inferno.
Yeah, and so far the value looks awesome, like taking down so much already early on and looting out the clankers, which is always a really important factor in those blizzards. And you can see already the entire left side has been taken down. It has been carved out. It's a really nice job, and now it's all about what can he do as a follow-up. 3 super minions out there. He has to send in the king first to make sure that the pure damage output of them is getting tanked, and then place the queen right after that. Or is she going to go for the town hall? It seems like he has 1 warbreaker in his army camp, but this is going to be a heavy task for this queen if he really wants to take down that town hall, because the warbreak has to be perfect. The defending warden is over there as well, so that's not going to be an easy task at all. But he's trying to go all in, trying to take down this town hall.
Yeah, with that key ability now going off, finding that giant bomb, takes out the Royal Champion, moves into the scatter shot, finds an additional giant bomb, but forced to use an invisibility spell onto the queen because she is taking a massive amount of damage. Finding a ground skeleton trap for the RC ability, which goes off. Will the queen step into the town hall, or is she going to go around to the Grand Warden? Freeze again. I don't think she's going to go into the Grand Warden, or into the town hall, I should say. Uh-oh. Oh no.
Oh no. The Tesla form coming up as well. The Royal Champion at least triggering the tornado trap. That's something positive. But yeah, just I don't know, I feel like it was too big of a dream pretty much to get that town over there, especially with this location of the wall break. There's the freeze now. He has to make sure that this Loon group is going to get into that tunnel. He's trying to cut them in with the haste, but there's a really early vulnerability. All of those red bombs though are getting triggered, and now he has to get somehow into the scatter, but so far it's looking great. The loon split is not there just yet. Now a couple of loons are splitting.
Oh.
Everything is depending on the last couple of traps.
Those balloons, I think, did splash damage to the enemy queen, so it was like perfect that the queen was right on top of that scatter shot, and the balloon pathing could have been any more ideal for him to path around this base, but the problem is time. That clan castle in the core with 20 seconds left, he's got the cleanup, he's got minions, and he's got lava pups all around, and they do come over to the core. There's some red air bombs. Oh, they're getting hit. The headhunters in the core at the full health clan castle, and minions come from the top of the base out of nowhere. The warden needs help. 3, 2, come on, and CJ gets it for Bushido. Wow, after he misses the town hall with the queen, but he's able to send the Lalo over the top and gets the 3-star. Great job there, CJ.
What an attack, turning around after not getting the town hall. But I feel like the biggest important thing is just that the Royal Champion, I think she just jumped over the wall behind the town hall and triggered that tornado trap. Otherwise, the tornado trap would have kept all of those loons inside the town hall poison, and this attack would have turned out completely different. So this one Royal Champion deserved way more overall like props at the end, but really nice attack overall, saving the attack, turning it around, and with that it's going to be 6-5, a close match overall, only a couple of percentage being the difference maker right now. So the question is Team XO keep going perfect, or do they maybe fall short once as well to make this match even closer?
Yeah, that's the question. But I've got a question for you again, Itsu, is you talked about how the tornado trap was activated behind the town hall by the Royal Champion. When would you put the tornado trap behind the town hall versus when would you put it in front of the town hall? Is there certain attacks that's better for, let's say, dragons or a Lalo or some, I guess, any attack? Was there a certain reason for the tornado placement around the town hall?
I think it depends. Like if you're scared of like a far side blimp or something which can 3-star easily your base, then the tornado trap behind the town hall is really good. But if you're scared of like a short side, which means like right in front of the town hall, like a Yeti blimp or a safety blimp or something, then obviously the tornado trap in front of the town hall is better. So that's really depending on what you expect your opponent to use. and what is maybe overall like weaker or stronger against your base in general.
Yeah, it's always good to know, because I know it doesn't matter where I hit the base, I always find the tornado trap. So it's like, it doesn't matter what happens, I always manage to mess it up. But let's see if he finds a tornado trap here as the blimp is cutting across with the Super Bowlers. And there it goes. Healers are now transferring off to some of the Super Bowlers. The one ability has protected. There's a rage for the, and there it is, the tornado trap right there. But it's going to push these Yetis into the Town Hall poison, and the Yeti Mites are going to jump over and grab the single target Inferno. And they grab the backside Expo and the additional. So 2 Expos, Town Hall, and the single target Inferno goes down to the Yeti clone blimp, as the Super Bowlers are now trying to continue their path towards the scatter shot to the top side, which the King just opened the wall over there, or at least it looked like it was actually opened by the base design.
Yeah, and with that, those smash attacks are getting a lot of access with those troops just running around. He has a couple of witches alive, which are non-stop generating those skeletons for the backhand. Since the scatter is already down, things are not looking too bad for him, with only a couple of defenses left, and time is looking really good for him as well. Take a look at the Baby Dragon, taking storage after storage, taking everything down. And with that, it is going to be another 3-star. Team XO is just smashing those bases with different approaches, and this has to be one of the first ground attack 3-stars of this qualifier, I believe.
Right? And we've seen a handful of them, but not as many as the air. Air attacks have absolutely been dominating the meta, from Queen Charge Lalo to Dragons, E-Dragons, Super Dragons, a mix of them all, and not too many ground attacks. That one is the exception, coming in with the 3-stars with the Super Bowlers. Great job right there, getting the value, and using the clone spell with the blimp. Also, nice little touch, grabbing 2 Expos, Town Hall, single target Inferno. Beautiful to path the Super Bowlers around the base. And now Bushido is going to have to keep pace if they want to stay in this war.
Yeah, they have to really make sure that they're staying close and non-stop 3-starring. That's always the unfortunate thing. As soon as you're falling behind, like, it is like just mindset-wise so different, because whatever you do, like if you're doing a successful attack like a 3-star, something which should cheer you up, right? Like should really motivate you, you still are behind most likely if the other teams just keep putting up the pressure. So really unforgiving situation to be in. Let's see if Bushido can keep their nerves high, because so far the match is still close. I mean, like nothing is over yet. This is one of their first matches where so far it seems really to be a close match. But they have to stay close with another 3-star in the next, or at least a really high percentage 2-star, to have the chance of turning things around. Because so far, Team XO has traditionally started really strong in this tournament so far, in this qualifier so far. And then later on, they left 1 or 2 stars always open. So there's still the chance of the comeback for Bushido.
Absolutely. It's never over until that final attack ends on the base, to either be potentially a 3, 2, or the 1. You hate to see it, but it's happened quite a bit so far here in the Clash Masters, where these players are taking the risk, because they take the risk, it could pay off of winning that prize pool, which is $50,000 total for everything throughout this season of the Clash Masters, which is absolutely incredible to see. Plus that, of course, golden ticket on top of it all for the overall first place. But we got Blacksmith coming in with that Queen Charge. I'm going to say Lalo, but I can't even tell. This has got 15 minions. This has got only 10 balloons. 1 hound. What is this? This is a Queen Charge. This just a Queen Charge with a mini cleanup Lalo at that point.
Oh, he needs to use the rocket balloons to push that queen back. And the queen is still not coming back. And if you remember, that is the base which Lance Loda tried to 3-star with all of those ground expos on his queen. So this is, we have seen already a similar charge, but this time around though, the Inferno Tower is going to be left standing. So he has to somehow react. He has to take down the Inferno Tower. And so far, I'm not sure. The queen might be able to reach that Inferno Tower, but the other thing is she going to attack it? And yes, she is. And with that, those healers are going to survive, at least for now.
Rockaloons. There's the freeze. He misses the freeze. The poison. Oh my goodness. But at least the poison's down on these super minions. Queen's ability is going to have to probably go off here for the Town Hall. And no! What? The queen dies through ability and the town hall stays up. Wow.
This is so unfortunate, but yeah, it happens so quick. Like queen charge, we always forget that. I feel like some people are always saying, yeah, that's another queen charge. But even though a lot of people are at this point able to pull those queen charges off, it does not mean that this strategy is easy, and especially it is so unforgiving if you just do not pay attention for like only 1 millisecond. That's exactly what happened right here, and we have seen this many times. I do not want to jinx this, but we have seen this many times that those town halls were left staying after the entry of the Lalo, and it never really ended in a good way. He has 3 rages left at this point.
Goodness.
That's a lot of spells just for the town hall.
Yep, quite a bit, and he makes it visible. Town hall goes down to the balloons and that dragon with the tornado trap just on the back side there. And the dragon is going to get pushed over to the air skellies. And he's got 2 extra rages and drops it in the core. He could technically drop it on the dragon there to try to help get through the scatter shot a little faster. But it's only the 61%. Low percent 2-star as well. Nice try there, but that is going to really hurt them in this match, as it will drastically lower their percentage against Team XO.
Yeah, and it's just crazy. Like, I don't know how it's always ending up to be, again, like more and more one-sided. I mean, we have seen so many matches. I feel like always when we were casting tournaments like last year, it always felt kind of scripted to some degree, that we always had those close matches. While this time around, though, it feels like the complete opposite. Every single time, it is those one-sided. Attack number 3 to attack number 2, like around this area. Most of the time, we see big fights from one team, and the other team is just keep 3-starring. And so far, Team XO is that team, which is keep 3-starring. So they have a really good shot, and they are up next. I think they're going to be really happy after that defense, so they have no pressure whatsoever going into that next attack.
Yeah, they can take a little breather. They don't necessarily have to keep their foot all the way on the gas because of the low percentage. But at the end of the day, they are up by 2, right? Going into 2 more attacks from each side. So they have the little bit of a lead there. But, you know, another 3-star really almost secures it, because this is the 3rd place match. If you're just joining, we have one more match, which is the grand finals of the qualifiers. Qualifier number 2 here. And that's going to be between Vitang and Marcos Gaming. So you don't want to go anywhere if you want to catch that one. But we're seeing Team XO now with the Queen Charge hybrid. Yes, using the Miners and the Hog Riders. You don't see it all too often where you send the hybrid into the Town Hall, because that Town Hall poison. So this is why we're seeing the Queen charging into here. But we have to be careful, because the single target Inferno is behind the Town Hall where he can't reach. So he's going to have to come up with a plan of how to take that down.
Queen is first stepping inside. Really nicely done. And if someone is wondering why all of those tests are around the Town Hall, is because he was probably scared of a Flame Finger for that Town Hall. This is always one of the best ways on how to defend the Flame Finger. Just put a lot of Testa around your Town Hall. And if one of those Testa is popping like at an unfortunate moment, this Flame Finger is going to go down quickly. But instead, we have the Flame Finger on the far right side. And we can see a huge base building mistake from the Bushido side, because take a look at the splash damage now. The mortar is intended to be one of the key defenses against the Flame Finger because of its range. But if you put it close to a defense which is targeted next to the mortar, the splash damage is just going to take it out. So this mortar did nothing against this Flame Finger, even though he might have thought, okay, this side is safe versus the Flame Finger. Instead, nothing happened. The Flame Fingers just keep happily shooting at this scatter shot.
Yeah, that's an area that you definitely want to keep an eye on in your bases, so don't put your mortars touching those defenses. But with this hybrid pathing its way through towards the single target Inferno now, that Queen and her ability is forced. We do have the multi-target Inferno on the left side that looks like nothing has path to. The Miners will have to come back and turn around to go for it, as he freezes up the core of the space with his Royal Champion in the middle.
Yeah, and even though this attack looks kind of messy, you want to say, with so many things and so many fights are happening at the same time, with that Flame Finger being still alive at the moment and the Royal Champion taking on another Expo, this should be another 3-star for Team XO. The Queen is still surviving. Now, like there we have the Hog Rider reinforcing the rest, and there's even miners alive. So this is going to be actually kind of overkill 3-star on this base. So really great attack. Just this Flame Flinger value. We see this so many times. If the Flame Flinger is going to get successful value, this is already guaranteed a 3-star as long as someone is not messing up big time, like letting his queen die through her ability or things like that. So really good job with the Flame Flinger, finding the value, and especially finding the side which is not baited, because Flame Flinger, I always like to compare it to Blizzard, because Blizzard to me sometimes seems completely broken if you see like how much value you can get with it, but at the same time you can really easily get baited. The same thing kind of with the Flame Flinger, same approach. Like if it's going to work, like if you are not getting baited and you're going to get the value, it's pretty much as Blizzard, it's going to be GG after that. But if you're going to get baited, kind of wasted your entire siege, which is a lot. Like siege machines right now are worth a lot and are really valuable in your attack. So high risk, high reward, and so far it paid off.
So going back to that mortar situation, so would you say that all he has to do is put one space between that air defense, or one space between the mortar and any other defense to kind of protect the mortar, or does there have to be 2 spaces for that?
It needs to be 2 spaces. So the best thing which he could have done is just switch the mortar and the air defense. So make sure that if he's placing the Flame Flinger as he did, is that the mortar is closer. So he would splash the air defense, but to be honest, that isn't the biggest problem, right? So the mortar is going to shoot at the Flame Flinger and is dealing the damage, maybe even a giant bomb on the outside, which is working really great, surprisingly. Like when the first time I heard about putting a giant bomb against the Flame Flinger, I was like, wait, buddy, what are you talking about? This is not making too much sense. But the Flame Flinger is not having a lot of hit points. So having a giant bomb dealing like 400 to 500 damage is a big deal. And the big deal as well, another attack with the Lock Launcher Queen Charge Lalo onto this base, again from Bushido. And let's see if that's going to work again.
I hit this base in a CWL, I remember. I used the Super Wizard Yetis, and it worked really well. Because I remember this was a base that was hit in last week's qualifier. And so I was like, wait a second, I remember this base. So then I just mimicked the attack and it worked. And it was able to take it down. It was the Mass Yeti Super Wizard attack. But let's see if Kevin can come in with a Queen Charge Lalo onto this one and potentially jumping in towards that Town Hall by the single target Inferno. The Royal Champion's making her way into the single. She goes down. The Warden's onto it. Is he going to freeze? I would say yes. Oh, Warden, one more shot. No! He leaves it up, and the other single's on his queen now. Oh, boy. Okay. At least he has good access for this queen into the Town Hall with a jump now.
Yeah, it's looking really, really good. I feel like this jump, he did not even need that, because the Lock Launcher, I feel like, should have actually damaged those walls. So with that, the queen likes to target walls which already have taken damage. So she should target that wall anyways, because, I mean, now he has 1 freeze for his Lalo, and that's it. It's going to be tricky, but it's for sure doable, especially though that defending queen is giving him a lot of problems. The queen is now jumping. That defending queen, we have to keep an eye on that, because he has to take her down, and so far he's having some problems with that.
Yeah, the queen does secure the Town Hall, though. Tornado Trap went off, so he doesn't have to worry about it for his Lalo, but these balloons are going down pretty fast. They're finding some traps. Tesla looks like it'll go down just like that. Balloons coming off to the right. The queen is still alive. No ability, though. The Wizard Tower goes down, so that's huge. Headhunters clear the Builder Hut so they can continue to clean up over on the left side. As long as this queen can stay up, he get 3-star, but that queen needs to stay alive here as the Super Wall Break in, and a final balloon comes down to try to protect his queen.
Wow, that loon was genius. Getting the splash damage onto the Archer Tower and onto the Tesla. That loon, I think, just there saved him this attack. Otherwise, the Tesla and the Archer Tower combination could have dealt with his queen. So, really good job getting this 3-star, this turnaround. But their problem is still there. They're still 2 stars behind, so they need a 1-star defense. And I feel like we have a similar situation which we had earlier already today. 2-star is going to be enough to win this match. So let's see if they're going to go risky again, which you have asked already earlier, or if they're going to change their plan and going for a safe 2-star with something like Dragons.
I would definitely go safe. I would go Dragons. I would switch it up in a heartbeat, and I don't care what my plan is. I'm making sure I get that 2-star if that's all we need for the victory, to get third place, to put them in a good spot for the potential playoff contention. Because if you think about it, we've had all new teams from Qualifier 1 and Qualifier 2 here. So the top 2 teams will be the teams who won first place. The next 2 will be the teams who won second place. And so even if you come in third place, you're going to be out of the top 4 if we think about it. And it's only the top 4 that make it into the playoffs. So the teams that make it or win third place here is going to have to qualify into next week's qualifier and make it to this stage to get some more points. So now we have Papa Magambo coming in. He wasn't in the previous war, but he's in this one with the E-Dragons. And we've got that chain coming on through with another freeze, but he misses that one freeze off because the sweeper got a shot off there as the blimp lands and takes that tunnel down and also pulls the tornado trap.
Yeah, nicely taking down the tornado trap, or like triggering it at least, and now he has to get further into the base. Another rage, another great free. No! He misses the single phone tower, and with that losing one of his electric dragons. That's always the important thing. This is like, I feel like the big difference maker between a great and an average electric dragon attacker is hitting those spells that are so important, like getting the timing in. There's another rage on this one electric dragon, on actually 2 electric dragons now, getting those chains in and dealing a lot of damage to the back-end Royal Champion. Blackbite is coming up as well, but the Royal Champion should be taken down. And with that, the Royal Champion, the Queen, the King, they have a really good shot at finishing this base with a couple of electric dragons swarming the back end, 2 freezes and a poison alive. And still yet to use. This is looking really good.
Yeah, with that Queen ability, the freezes can help protect his heroes as these 2 E-Dragons are still alive, flying around. And he drops the poison. Did he just drop the poison over in the far right? What if there's ground skeletons? You never know. And he swags the freeze into the core, doesn't want to even use it, swags the other freeze. I guess, you know, he thinks that he's got it locked up. The Air Expo does not go... Oh, it does! With the E-Dragon Lightning. Oh, there it is.
I'm always kind of waiting for an attack after someone is swagging too early to still fail. This would be just the most fun thing to have. Like just seeing those attackers getting like a little bit overconfident. But I feel like that's something which I've witnessed with a couple of players, like sharing the attacks of Nikita, who's as well doing Electric Dragons. Those players are really just playing to swag. It's kind of crazy. Like their whole objective is to swag. But getting back.
The King is so funny. Look at him.
What is he doing with his leg? I mean,
I don't know.
But I think we missed as well another important thing. That's another 3-star for Team XO, and that's actually a perfect war. The first one which we have so far in this qualifier in the yesterday and today matches. So Team XO getting the 3rd seed in style, because at this point Bushido cannot come back anymore.
Yeah, Bushido can't make the comeback, so we do have one final attack, so we'll have to see what it is. But again, GG to Team XO. Papa Magambo coming in with the swag spells, with the E-Dragons there, getting it done. So at the end of the day, I guess he didn't need to get those perfect freeze timing, as he had plenty of them at the end there. So Team XO, great job of here, but it was, fortunately, they didn't make it to the grand finals match, which we have right after this. They're in the prep, they're planning their attacks, and we'll be jumping straight over to that once this one concludes. So you don't want to skip away, you don't want to leave, because we got some crazy attacks with the tank. Insane defenses that they've had. But the final attack here for Code Bushido, I'm going to guess it's going to be some sort of Queen Charge Lalo, which is what they've really been loving to do.
Yeah, that's like their go-to strategy over all of like the entire qualifier, which we have seen so far from them. And I mean, they're still going to get great points from finishing in 4th position in this qualifier, and obviously some prize money as well. So that's still going to be good for them. And let's see how they're going to finish this qualifier for them with their last attack. You said it already, Queen Charge Lalo. Is it going to be the case? Yes, it is. You called it right there. Onto this legend style base. This base yesterday defended on a 1-star, remember? Versus reported.
Yeah.
The jump spell into the core. That was the plan back then. But today it is going to be a different approach with the Yeti blimp onto this air defense and expo section. And now the Queen Charge as well into the core. So this has to work.
It's gotta, because that Eagle artillery stays up. He didn't use a rage, so that Eagle can do a mass amount of damage to his heroes, including this Queen on her charge. But the Yeti to the bottom. We could see a King come down there to try to force his Queen in a little bit more. The minions. But the pathing, let's see if the Queen steps in, because that scatter shot's going to be a big problem, as he does just drop the poison spell here now.
Yeah, the poison is there. But the Queen still is struggling versus all of the damage right there. And he has not deployed any other heroes just yet. He has one more wall break to deploy. So let's see where that's going to be. It's going to be for the King. So he's trying to push the Queen around those openings, which is not going to be too easy, especially with the Tesla form denying the King quite a bit. And one big problem, I would say range-wise, as soon as the Queen is walking around the corner, she's going to be outside of range of that scatter, which means the healers are going to be targeted. Or is it going to be in range?
Oh.
It should be. It's so close.
Oh, she stays
She's
in
staying
range.
in range. Okay, that's so close.
That is very close, because that scatter shot, if it got one shot off these healers, they would be going down. As that one Coco Loon pulls some red air bomb very nicely with that additional rage down onto his Queen. She's going to step into the town hall at this point, and the Lalo is coming in from the top side straight into this Eagle artillery.
And this is looking so good so far. The Hound flying across, and take a look at that. He's catching the Hound with 0 hit points with that Warden Ability, and he's going to fly across and triggering all of those traps. Another 2 Black Mans getting triggered. Red Bombs were triggered as well. This was an awesome Warden Ability. And the Royal Champion is in the mix over there as well. Only the defending Royal Champion has to be taken down. Where are the Headhunters? You cannot see it at the moment. Another freeze is coming in to protect those loons and the heroes. But Calvin, it's time again. 34 seconds. The plan looks good, but time is ticking.
Oh, but the Royal Champion on defense is doing so much damage. Look, she still is up. The Queen needs to clear the rest of this, but he doesn't have the time. She can step through the wall with only 15 seconds left. He's got invisibility. He's got some minions under the storage at the bottom side, but time is not on his side. Oh no, Bushido, we're gonna fall short with a time fail, which is gonna put them to a 12-star war here. We knew they couldn't win, but unfortunately they fall short and didn't get the triple.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised where exactly he used those Headhunters, because I don't know. I mean, the Royal Champion kind of felt like the defending Royal Champion destroyed this attack at the end, taking down so many loons and taking so many hit points off those loons. So that was unfortunate, but still, otherwise 12 to 15. 12 to 15. You said it already. Even if that would have been a 3-star, they couldn't have won anyway. So overall, GG's to both of those teams. But now we are about to get ready for the finals, for the match of the Tang. And the Tang so far, we're looking unstoppable.
Yeah, the Tang have looked so strong. So let's go bring up the bracket to remind all the viewers at home where we currently stand. Because we are going to the grand finals match. You can see Team XO right there highlighted as the 3rd place winners. But this is it. The Tang taking on Marcos Gaming here in the finals. This is actually open qualifier number 2. As you see, it says open qualifier number 1. This is the second one. We've had Queen Walkers winning the first one, which was last week. And this one is the second. And the third qualifiers is open right now, where you guys can sign up. So be sure to sign up if you guys want a chance to make it to that next week, because it's going to be crazy stuff. Are we going to see all new teams? I have no idea. I'm going to expect to see all new teams at this point, because the competitive scene in Clash of Clans is just so many teams are in there. And really, at any given day, at any given moment, a team could come in and just make one small mistake, could cost you that war, and you could lose it. And you can see those big names drop down and not qualify to this stage of the competition. So I'm really going to be curious to see what teams qualify for next week. But before that happens, we're going to have to see how Vitang's defense is going to stack up against Marcos Gaming here in the finals.
Yeah, I mean, so far they got once 10 stars on defense and once 11 stars. That's just incredible.
Yeah.
So let's dive in and take a look at the rosters of those two teams who made it into the final, not only fighting for the prize money, but as well for the qualifying points. On the left side, we have Vitang with Lance Loader, PSW, Warning, Sincera Player, and Reylo versus the team of Marcos Gaming.
Yeah, Marcus Gaming has Godfather, Alfonso, Grim, Master, and 11 in this matchup. And they're going to be ready to go between these two teams. And really, we've talked about it over and over again. It's the storyline of Vitang's defenses. Will they shine? Will they be able to hold Marcos Gaming to 10 stars, 11 stars? If they get more than that, they would have outperformed all the other teams against them. But the thing is, Vitang not only has had the really stellar defenses holding their opponents, but their offense has been putting up 14-star wars. So even if their defense wasn't holding up, they would be able to compete with the teams if they are even putting up 13, 14-star wars. So their defenses are strong. Their offense is even stronger, and it's just really shining for Vitang, and they're looking like the favorites going in, but Marcos Gaming is looking to take him down.
Yeah, you said it, like, it is the story of the defense of Vitang, but at the same time, I mean, it could be the story of anything from them because their offense and defense is so incredibly strong. And they're starting things off with the Dragon again. We have always, in those top teams, players who like to start things off, especially the Dragon attackers, where you do not need that much planning time. And just take the first bullet, make sure they can get everything to work, and there we go, double freeze to make sure this blimp is going to connect. And oh my lord, so many clones taking down the entire core. This is looking already beautiful. If this one scatter can go down, nope, it's going to survive, at least for a little bit.
Yeah, the scatter survives. The queen ability actually did go off, and as he's pushing his way around, and I'm noticing, wait a second, he doesn't have any skins for his heroes. He's got the regular skins for his queen, king, and warden, you know, rocking the classics. You know, you love to see it. As the royal champion comes in from the bottom side, King still has this ability, and look at this. This is looking good as her ability goes off, skips onto the arch tower. That Tesla farm and Skellies won't do too much here as he's going to path his way through it. He's going to get it. The triple clone right through the core of the base just takes everything down, and these dragons overwhelm. And I guess my question is, did he even lose a single dragon in this attack? Because this was such a beautiful triple.
Yeah, I'm just trying to count the dragons really quick. I think there were like 6 dragons or something alive. That was just impressive. He started with 8, so he did not lose many at all overall over this attack. And the clone idea was really beautiful. And especially just looking at this base, I would have said, like, what are you doing? You're going in between of 2 sweepers with your blind, but with the double freeze, he really knows those timings and how he can make quick work with those freezes, with those clones to clone outside of the sweeper range. That was just a really nice attack. And again, as I said, I feel like so many people are just looking at the hit rates of players. So many people are just looking at the, I don't know, crazy creative attacks. But I feel like always those attackers who are always going to attack first for teams should get way more props overall, because I feel like it is so hard to be consistent, like 3-star rate wise, and always attack first for your team, because you are going to create more time for them to plan, make sure those creative attackers, those carries of teams can actually shine and get their reputation built up in the community. So huge props to him, going first always, and so far he has delivered always in those first strikes so far for Vitang in this qualifier. So great start for them. Question now is, can Marcus stay close to them, or are they going to fall behind early?
Yeah, that really is the question. We'll have to see who's going to lead off for Marcos Gaming. Because I know when you play competitive Itsu, I know a lot of times you like to attack towards the end of the war. Was that kind of your preference, usually to kind of close out the wars? Because how did you go about when you were playing competitively on the pro team to choose who would pick first? Like, is it like whoever would like say, hey, I've got it? Or did you have like kind of routine? Or were you guys saying, okay, you know, we're going to assign the space to you. You go first. Since you're kind of like a dragon attacker, it doesn't require as much planning.
I mean, I think back then, I don't even remember 100% what the correct order was of the decisions, but I think one of the reasons was because I was playing for quite some time in a lot of tournaments, so I should be able to control the nerves, because taking a loss, there could be a lot of pressure on you, so you have to keep your nerves cool and everything. So that was one of the reasons, which I feel like, for example, other players grow into this position. For example, Maxi was incredible. He was like stone cold. Like he did not care if he was the first, last, whatever attacker. He did amazing with that. but as well, like really early, where the scene was slowly evolving, it was as well like just knowing that Iceland had an attack left gave us mindset-wise sometimes a small advantage. So that was another idea. But I mean, that has just completely changed over the time with like their approaches on how people play the game. But you have the next attack, and it's going to be another dragon and the Dragon Rider. That is the troop which I'm missing. Hydra attack overall into this base of Reylo.
Indeed, with that blimp coming in, we're going to see a clone spell probably over this town hall to help grab that single target Inferno. Will he get cloned? Come on, come on. Yes, the balloons do get cloned. It pulls a bunch of these red air bombs, and the dragon is going to move a little way off of the town hall as the rest of his dragons, the Dragon Riders, move straight into the core of the space. Now pathing straight to this Eagle to help try to take this down as fast as possible.
Yeah, Eagle is about to... Oh, that freeze. He's missing the Eagle, but that was no problem because the important thing was that Roy Champion to go down. And now the Queen and the King are trying to push those Dragons and Dragon Riders back on track. This back end, I feel like always on those Dragon attacks, we have the Testa from the back end, which is great base building because this is where the problem lies. Ground skeleton traps and a Testa form can deal a lot of damage, even versus those heroes, which are typically so tanky. And there's another ground skeleton trap. Those heroes are going to have a rough time, but at the same time, King, Queen, and Roy ability and another freeze. Maybe I'm just overestimating the defense at the moment because this is looking like no problem whatsoever for the attacker at the moment.
Yeah, with his Queen and RC ability, gonna path our way through even a few dragons left as well. And we've got ourselves an answer. And this is what we love to see. The answer finally is going to be a close war. You know, after the first two attacks, it's not been like that for almost the whole weekend here. And this is where it's going to get interesting in the grand finals. And we talk about it where it's going to answer, but it's Fatang. Their defense has been tripled in the first attack. So Marcos Gaming, well done for some team that has been putting up incredible defenses to triple their base the first attack in. That is a great momentum builder, and we'll have to see if they can keep pace with what Fatang's been doing.
Yeah, it's so far a final worthy match, which is super great. Not again a one-sided match. That's what we were hoping for. Everything is coming down to the last attack. That's what we would like to see in this final. And so far, both of those teams delivered really nicely. Both strike first with a Hydra attack. So now the question is, are they now coming in with their lalo approaches? Because this is what Fatang has done so far, right? They started with their first attacker, with Dragon and Dragon Riders, and then they switched over to some more lalo-oriented attack. For example, Reylo, I think multiple times attacked as second, where he used his Sui lalo attacks, different lalo approaches to smash some bases. Let's see if he's going to be second again, or if they're going to bring someone else up. But looking forward to the next attack, because so far this match looks awesome.
Yeah, it really does. They are going to be answering each other, so can't wait for the next attack coming in from Fatang. And it's really awesome to see as, like, seeing a lot of the players that were playing from years ago, right? When you were playing in the competitive scene and you were competing on the world stage, that a lot of players, like, from Fatang are still playing to this day. There's a lot of them that end up retiring, but you know, there's always a chance for players to come back. It's never, you're never out of it, right? And that's the awesome thing about Clash of Clans is where you can kind of stop playing competitive. You can kind of maybe play a little bit more casual, but if you want to come back, you can. And you might be a little rusty in terms of with some skills, but you can pick it up real quick. And that's the thing is, there's so many attacks in Clash of Clans, from Super Bowlers to Dragons to Hybrid to even Lalo. You never know what you're gonna find. And usually in terms like these, new attacks come up and really introduce you and might invigorate you. Want to do more of these attacks in the future, but we're seeing Reylo with that Blizzard Lalo taking out that Town Hall. Can he take out the single target Inferno? If he can, that will be huge value for the rest of this attack.
Took down the Royal Champion first and just take a look. Wow! This Blizzard value already, as long as he's not, I don't know, misdropping every single spell, this is already looking like a 3-star. Just the value which he got with this entry is looking incredible. This is what I'm saying with like Blizzard, comparing it to the Flamefinger. Those siege machines, those entry are so strong if they're not getting baited. And I mean, wait a second, is he not? He is feeling really confident. He is bringing the jump spell to the mix and the ground warden. Okay, Reylo,
Yeah.
he wants to go all in, jump into the core, and take down... I mean, he's just trying to take down the entire base with this push, even though he has still
really
2 hounds and 20 loons left remain, but this is looking awesome so far.
Yeah, he's going to be able to pop this king ability and use that Warden Eternal Tome, but the king goes for the wall. He wants to go to the enemy king. Hey, king, there is a jump spell. Use it. Go to the single and a multi. Uh-oh, now he opens the wall, which could totally mess up this queen, and she's not going to take the jump. Queen! Oh, no! Wow.
Oh, no.
Wow.
I feel like... I'm not really sure why after this Blizzard he's taking all of those risks, but let's see if it's going to pay off. I mean, the Blizzard just got so much value. I think it can still work. With the Lalo coming from this bottom side, the Warden is slowly transitioning over as well. Another freeze for the Queen. The Royal Champion should be able to approach that Queen soon as well. Another freeze for the Queen. He has so many spells left. The Queen on offense is actually tanking that scatter shot. And he's still going to make this work. What an attack, Reylo. He's just a beast of a Lalo attacker with that Blizzard and the ground Warden. You don't see those any day, so really nice job doing the Itsu freeze as well. Like, oh my, just try to hit everything and you're going to miss everything. That's how it's done.
Like, he swagged at least 3 spells in, like, 3 spell space of a jump and that free spell right there. Like, unbelievable. A beautiful attack there, setting that blimp in to grab the value with the Blizzard. And he used archers inside of that blimp and not used barbarians. And typically you tend to see barbarians because they'll run ahead of the super wizards to grab those giant bombs, small bombs, to try to see if they can protect those super wizards. But great job getting that value and got ourselves another triple in this match.
Yeah, really good job to him. And now it's again back to Marcus. Those 2 teams are just like pushing the ball in between of those 2 teams. Like, take you it. No, you can take it. Everyone is just trying to like pressure the other team, but so far, at least for now, the tank did not crumble under the pressure, but now it's back to Marcus Gaming to make sure that they can get their next place on the board as well, make sure this match is staying close, because both teams had an incredible run over the last 2 days with collecting great offense, but what is even more important, collecting great defense. And so far, the defense is not having too much fun if those 2 teams are facing off against each other.
Yeah, indeed. That's the big thing, is the defenses have shined for Vatang, but gave up that first triple to Marcos Gaming, and they're looking to do it again. Can they come in with some dragons, which we've been seeing in this finals with the Hydra? We're seeing the Blizz Lalo. We're seeing a mix of it all. But of course, we love to see new attack strategies, which could even be bringing back some of the ground to the Super Bowls, which we did see triple earlier. And attack is back to the air with the Super Dragons this time. And I am noticing we are seeing a lot less of the Super Dragons ever since the balance changes. So it's nice to see different attack strategies come forth, but it's been also a lot of the Lalo, as we're seeing a clone spell with the balloons. Going to be able to skip over and go over towards the Grand Warden altar and the single, but the Tornado Trap spins them up right there as the Super Dragons are going to try to continue the path into the core of the space.
Yeah, he needs to be now really careful with his spells to make sure that those dragons are going to survive as long as possible in the core. There's some more black mines and everything coming up, which means all of those super dragons from the core are gone. The Warden is not really deciding, like not really sure where he should go, and there's some more black mines coming in. The Owl is protecting him, but still, there's quite a lot of back-end defense still up. King with his abilities now trying to charge in and lead into this defending King compartment with the Royal Champion deployed as well. Is he going to poison the King, or is he going to... Nope, he has placing the Headhunter over there. And then maybe the poison for some back-end skeleton traps, maybe?
These traps in the core by that multi-target Inferno. Can the 2 Super Dragons take it out? They're doing some damage. And the fire, no! That middle multi is going to stay up. RC's ability goes off. Queen's going for the wrong wall. Queen, why? Go for the multi-target Inferno. You just don't want to do it. Down goes the Ground Expo. Yes! So the Queen is going to go on the outside of the space. You're going to have to finish on that multi-target Inferno. We have a cannon. We have an Archer Tower. A Builder Hut. But the Unicorn is still alive. Going to work on this Queen slowly here.
Yeah, remember that unicorn got nerfed, so even though it's there, the healing is a little bit less, but so far it's enough to keep that queen at full health. And as well, the time is obviously always a question, but I feel like with not too many biddings left. Oh, there's actually an opening in the wall. That is huge.
Wow.
Getting that queen around the corner and making sure that she can actually reach into...
Oh!
Queen? Hey, I mean, there's like few tiles more to the top side.
No, she doesn't want, like... you know, it's... Nah. That's too far. It's walking too far, you know? She wants to go through the wall.
Wow.
Yeah. Queen. Wow is all we have to say. But he's going to have enough time here. Queen's ability goes off. Yep, Queen doing Queen things. And he is going to get it. The Queen saves the day. When do you hear that? Queen saving the day there. It is another triple. And this war is going back and forth with the 3 stars. No one wants to give up that first fail here in the grand finals to try to win first place. Because you win first place, you're looking good to get into the playoffs. Potentially, we'll see who is going to qualify into next week. But still, second place will still be in third to fourth place as long as we have all new teams. We'll have to see, but there's a lot to happen still.
Yeah, the next qualifier is still completely open, and everyone has to like try to optimize their points, which are possible for the moment. So it is kind of crazy. Like before this match, I felt like, okay, the balance changes did actually a lot, like hit rate wise and everything. But now I feel like they did nothing. Like seeing those two teams going head to head so far, both still perfect. We're back in the old meta. As you already said in the first qualifier, we had a lot of 15, 14 star matches. And this time around, though, it's going to be a little bit different. We see things starting off with PSW with some, rocket loons. So I think, he's going to try to snipe the eagle in a really smart way, but he's actually doing out the client cast, and that is a big problem because, wait a second, Super Minion did a lot of damage to a Dragon Rider.
It does. We have a lightning onto the sweeper by the single, but the poisons were placed beautifully that the troops are going to go down as the Dragon Rider secured the Eagle artillery just like that. Great job with the Dragon Rider to get beautiful value. Eagle's down quick. And we're looking at how many... I'm looking at how many ground expos. We got 3 ground expos and 1 air expo off to the right side by the Grand Warden altar. So these Super Dragons are going to path their way in. Pops the Warden's belly, protect this blimp, and it's looking to make its way all the way to the Town Hall with my guess of a Tornado Trap right there before he even gets to the Town Hall, which he looks like he wants to get the Inferno Tower before anything.
Yeah, I mean, the King is now getting pushed in from that top side, trying to get the tunnel down because the tunnel did not go down with this blimp at all. And now the King has to fight those couple of skeletons. The Queen is not going inside, and now he's freezing the defending King to make sure this King is going to take down the tunnel. The Queen is taking a lot of damage, and it would be great if she could save her ability at the moment.
Yes.
Yes, she is. She's getting healed up again with the Royal Gem coming as well, but there's a back-end Tesla farm yet again.
Yeah, that Tesla farm is going to be a big problem with ground skeletons also popping up in front of the RC, which is going to force her ability, uses the freeze, takes out an Arch Tower and a few Teslas just like that with a Super Dragon coming across. Don't know how much health this has got. As long as... Okay, it's got a decent amount of health with the Warden to help, but we got an air defense and a Seeking Air Mine to hit as well. Oh, the air defense. It's going to rip through this Warden. Unless he targets it next. He doesn't. Oh, no.
That was
Warden.
close. The air defense to survive that attack and actually get the first defense in. The first defense in this match, which means the percentage she's trying to get above this 90% mark if possible. But Marcus Gaming, now they have the chance of getting actually a lead. Air defense is still not in range. Is it going to be enough? 20 seconds roundabout to take down this workshop. But it's not going to be this face star, which those two teams so far were always able to collect.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. Not able to get that. And The minion is going to get picked off by this air defense here, and it's going to finish with a 91. So as long as Marcos Gaming gets above a 91% 2-star, they will have the percentage of lead. And that's what they need, to keep the lead above Vitang to have a chance here, because Vitang has been looking strong. They've been putting up 14-star performances. So this is their first fail of this war, which almost means that they might just come in with back-to-back triples to put themselves at 14 still. So Marcos Gaming has to get above the 91 to have that advantage in the war if it comes down to a 14-14.
Yes, they have for sure. And still, we have now to see if Marcos Gaming can really push ahead. I mean, we have seen a lot of times that as well, both teams tend to start really strong, but then have like one or two fails later in their attacks. The same thing happened now a couple of times to Vitang. If I remember, so far 14-star twice, and they always started with a 2 to 3 stars early on, and then started to slip in a fail once or twice. But the same thing happened to Marcos Gaming. So everything is still wide open. They have the 3-star forest, which it's always easier said than done if we take a look at the results so far. And this one is going to be actually a Queen Charge Hog Rider attack. 5 healers, 25 Hog Riders. That's going to be an interesting one.
Indeed, we'll see if these Hog Riders can get it done with that Queen Charge. With the Super Wall Break going in for the Archer Tower here. Poison Spell is down, so this Hound should be going down as long as the Queen can take it down. Healers are finally now being deployed, looking to charge this Queen into that Town Hall. We've got the pups for the Hound going down, taking his time. But again, we do have that single target Inferno standing into that core of the base, which can be a problem. As long as the CC is dealt with, now the Queen can charge in. She's going to grab a bomb tower, which is very nice. Unless, I think he probably also took a bomb tower. I don't see it anywhere else from that blimp. So that means the Hogs don't have to deal with that splash.
Yeah, I think he took down one of the bomb towers right above that wizard tower where the king is with that blimp. Now he's trying to take down the eagle with that king as well. Like, try to take down every single source of splash damage to make sure that those Hog Riders are feeling safe. Starting now the Hog Riders into that scatter compartment. But again, there's a Tesla form. Spring Traps are getting triggered as well. Rage as well. The Queen losing her ability. And the Queen stay alive versus the Town of Poison. More Hog Riders are coming in. But he has no heal spell left for those Hog Riders. They're completely on their own.
And he makes the Queen invisible to stay alive so she can grab the top side as these Hogs are pathing around. Has an invisibility. Single locks onto the Queen yet again. Doesn't have her ability, so has to invest another invisibility on her to try to keep her alive. She should step away from the single now. And perfect. She does just that. But the Royal Champion has her ability. We'll have to use it onto the core multi-target Inferno with a freeze. This is looking good for Alfonso of Marcos Gaming.
Yeah, with that Royal Champion to bounce between of those Inferno Towers, he can still freeze if he needs to. I feel like this freeze is not even needed. Nice 3-star with a strategy, which we do not see too often. Queen Charge, Hog Riders. Let's go, Alfonso, showing how it's done. And this means Marcos Gaming actually taking a lead versus an unstoppable, like, feeling Vitang over this qualifier. But we know every single match is getting taken one by one. If you have the craziest first couple of matches, it does not matter. It's a new match in the finals, and that's what matters. And now we have a small lead for Marcos Gaming. But Vitang, if someone's capable of getting a comeback maybe, I think then it's going to be Vitang in this qualifier.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's just a few buildings, only that 91% that they got earlier for Vitang. So it's still, I mean, with the 3 stars coming in from Marcos, they have the advantage on percentage and stars. So they're looking to hopefully defend against Marcos. But yeah, that's the story. This is just a best of one, meaning whoever wins this wins the second qualifier and will get those points. It's not best of 2, best of 3. So you win this, that's it. And that's what they're trying to do. Then we'll have qualifier number 3. That will be next week. We'll wrap it up before we go into the last chance qualifiers. So really, that's the last opportunity for these teams to try to earn some playoff points to make it to that point. But we're seeing Triple coming in with a Queen Charge Hogs, which was a beautiful job from Alfonso. You don't see that really at all really being used, but yet again, being used to 3-star the base. So that was a great job. And now we're seeing warning of a queen charge lalo, and he's got that jump spell for that queen to jump into that town hall. But the blimp is looking to grab that single target inferno to protect a queen. Doesn't look like she's being set over there, but it can also pulls the clan castle and sets the funnel and grabs both cannons without using a rage spell.
That was just a great entry to get his queen towards this core. The poison setup as well, and he doesn't even need to take care of the bottom side. Like, with those cannons going down, the funnel is already set. A beautiful blimp right there, making sure that everything is getting taken down. And an important thing, which I feel like is getting underestimated a lot of times with blimp value, because, well, a lot of people just take a look at what buildings are getting taken down, but I feel like taking down in general, like looting out the clan castle, is a huge objective in itself already. Yeah. So getting clan castle lure is a really nice thing. He needs to make sure with that queen, the rage is really light, and he's losing that queen ability, and the queen is not even taking the jump. So he needs to be careful with that. He has no invisibility spell to redirect the queen. He has to use the king ability early on to get that queen back to the bottom side, and everything is working great. This queen has the potential, the possibility to take down 2 scatters, the defending royal champion as well, and things are looking really good with still having 3 rages left to place.
Yeah, he starts that lalo over the top side through a Tesla farm right near that Eagle artillery, pops the ability for the warden. Queen locks onto the town hall. She's raged up, so she grabs that town hall just like that, and like you mentioned, she can walk down this little alley and get access to both of the scatter shots. Took down the one, and she's going to be making her approach to the other. And there's the freeze to stop the sweeper from pushing these balloons back. But this multi-target inferno is doing a massive amount of damage to these loons.
Yeah, there's so much damage on those loons, but the royal champion coming in now, trying to save that queen. The queen is staying alive for now without her ability, doing an amazing job. And 50 seconds roundabout should be more than enough than this royal champion needs with the queen together. And this is a beautiful 3-star for the tank for warning, exactly doing what they had to do with clearing out this next base and, well, getting back on track in this matchup, because they were behind. They had to get this 3-star done to make sure that they're staying close, and warning exactly did that.
Beautiful job from warning of Vitang, and they needed to do just that to stay in this one, compete with Marcos, who's been putting up 3 stars after each other. Again, what they can do is they could fail getting above the 91% and they'll keep the lead. But if they don't, then it can completely shift to Vitang's favor in this one. So really, it is close and anything can happen.
Yeah, and I feel like especially this weekend so far, we have seen if someone is failing, most of the time we're like a pretty low percentage, because it was something like a Skelly Donut going wrong, the queen is dying through her ability, for example. So those things, as long as those are not going to happen, let's see how many percentage is going to be. But Marcos Gaming is going to be next, and they have the chance of keep staying in front of the tank in this last deciding match of the day, this last deciding match of the second qualifier. Not only get the prize money, but as well getting this qualifier points to have a chance then later on to win even more money, and the best thing about this, to win as well the golden ticket, which is giving you again the possibility to join the Clash of Dance World Championship.
Yeah, and join X Team, who have already gotten their golden ticket. They're the first team that is going to be waiting in that world stage. They were trying to make it here in this qualifiers, but Vitang took them down in a 14-10 star performance yesterday. But we got a gram of Marcos Gaming with the Zap Lalo, using the lightning spells to grab the Inferno Tower there and grab some extra value. With that Baby Dragon onto the cannon, we're going to see his heroes potentially come in from, right near where the king is dropped, a loop all the way towards this town hall, as it looks like he wants to path this king in towards a scatter shot. And that queen is going to be a long way to go if he wants to get that town hall down with her.
Wow, especially this ground expo, I feel like is quite risky, but Let's hope that he's going to have strong hero pushing all that way. And something which I feel is really interesting as well. He's having a Lalo cooked up, that's right. But he's having 2 Dragon Riders in the mix as well to make sure that they are going to tank maybe red mines and things like that. The Clan Castle is getting lured. Sneaky Goblin at the top, so is getting placed as well to push this queen inside. And oh my goodness, this is going to be still a long way for that queen. She has to go through that storage right there. He has one invisibility spell to keep her safe, which he's going to use now. He should be able to take down that Town Hall with that queen ability using the phrase just to make sure. But he got the value he needs, so now it's all about the Lalo.
Yeah, the queen did indeed make it to the Town Hall. I'm impressed right there. Great job with the world champion now going to continue, and she doesn't grab the eagle, but the Stone Slammer should be able to get a shot off, and down it goes, or the eagle doesn't even get a shot off. The Stone Slammer clears that as he's traveling through these builder huts, moving near this enemy queen with the warden down. Get ready for some headhunters coming through. The warden can pop his ability, protect everything, does just that as the Lalo continues his way through the multi now, but the sweeper is going to be a little bit of a problem.
Yeah, I would just love to know why exactly he brought those additional Dragon Riders. Like, I don't know, why not bring 10 additional loons? Like, that is, to me, always a thing which I'm wondering about. But, I mean, it's looking really, really good. With 2 of those Dragon Riders still alive, the Tornado Trap is getting triggered and rotating a little bit and with the Black Mine. But we have 2 Dragon Riders alive, which is way too much for those last couple of defenses to handle. Marcos Gaming is getting another 3-star, and so far is looking darker and darker for the tank. The team which looked like the favorite for this final, but Marcos Gaming is really showing off.
Marcos Gaming with now 4 triples here. So this war is really close. We have, if Marcos Gaming gets the 92% in their final attack, no matter what, they win. 92% 2-star because of, I think it was Vitang who got the 91, or it might have been 92, right around that mark. But still, Vitang must triple to put the pressure still on to Marcos. And man, it's going to be coming down to these final set of attacks, and that's exactly what we want to see, especially in the final stage. The final war here, that's going to be of the weekend of qualifier number 2. And these are the final 2 attacks. So Vitang is looking to 3-star, which I'm assuming is going to be Lancelot with the final attack, and hope that their defense can hold.
Yeah, most likely he's going to go in again with his Queen Charge Lalo army from Legends. I think that's what he has used so far, just forcing it on any base, whatever base is left, whatever base his team is leaving him open. And so far, interesting enough, he is actually using a Yeti blimp with his Queen Charge Lalo. And we have seen it now, a trend where different additional troops are getting put in there. Like traditionally, we have seen the 1 Barbarian, 1 Valkyrie, double Yeti. But now we see a lot of times with like the Super Wallbreaker replacing the Valkyrie, with the Rocket Loon replacing the Valkyrie. So there's a lot of different options, and exactly that is going to happen with that Queen Charge Lalo. But this time around, though, he's not going to use the Lock Launcher or the Blimp. Instead, he is going... Oh, no. He's going to use the Lock Launcher, Flamefinger.
Whoa.
And do you remember the Red Bomb farm on this base?
Yes, I remember. No! Don't fall for it. There's red air bombs. Oh, no.
Go, Cadet Loon. Go for it.
Go. There's a million red air bombs by the world champion. Watch out. We can see it. Yes, okay, there's one. Come on.
It's not going there. He needs another one.
It's not going. Oh, it's not going.
He's trying to trigger it.
He's trying.
He's trying. He knows it.
He knows, yeah. He does.
Oh, they replaced it.
They moved it.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay. But that is an invisibility spell used. I mean, just because they used the same base and they played the mind games, he had to use the invisibility spell. So that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Wow, because he knew that there were red air bombs that were there, but they got moved on the base. Did they maybe get moved to the other side by the Queen? Well, this Queen's taking a massive amount of damage. The Hound pops in the Queen ability. Freeze. Oh. Wait, Queen. Oh, how? Oh, wow. How does Lancelot keep the Queen ability intact?
What? That is crazy. And take a look at this Flamefinger value. This is insane. He's even going to get that Eagle out of the way as well. And so far, this attack looks awesome. He's going to now force the king into that tunnel compartment. So far, the healers are staying safe. Let's see if the... I mean, so far, he's not dropping any more coconut loons. Let's see if the red bomb farm maybe just got moved. Or maybe... I mean, that would be something as well which could happen. Let's take a look at the top side around that queen. If the red bomb farm just got moved on the other side of the base. And maybe they just expected another team to do the same charge, but then on the other side, just playing those mine games. So let's see. Round is going to pop soon. Are there any red bombs? No red bombs.
We got them in the core.
They are the red bombs. So interesting enough. But the lalo so far, except that multi-inferno tower is looking pretty good.
Yeah, that multi-inferno tower is going to be a pain when he approaches. The World Champion's ability is going to have to be forced. Takes out the arch tower, takes out the second arch tower with a freeze. He's going to have to use it, but this is looking good for Lancelota. Queen helps clear the mortar as they pound their way back to the multi. There's the freeze, and Lancelota is going to get the triple here. Beautiful job. And that now puts the pressure onto Marcos, who's got to get like a 92% in order to win. We'll have to keep an eye on the ticker, which will be at the bottom of the screen once the attack starts. But all right, this is interesting. The pressure is on for Marcos here in the final attack.
Yeah, it's going to be 91% to tie things up, and then we have to rely on whoever team is quicker in attacking. But as I said, 92% should actually give them the win. So... wow, Lancelota did everything he had to do to give his team another chance to survive, and now everything is relying on Marcos Gaming. This is exactly the match which we were hoping for the finals. Everything is coming down to the last attack. That's what we were hoping for. So let's see how Marcos Gaming is doing, because this attack not only is going to decide about a lot of prize money, but as well, I mean, with so far having always different teams in the qualifiers, it's giving you a really high chance of actually getting into the playoffs for winning even more prize money. So this match is incredibly important for those two teams.
Yeah, this attack means everything. You could get into the playoffs with this triple or even the 92% two-star from Marcos Gaming. If they don't, because of the 15 playoff points that's on the line for this attack. 11, good luck with that Queen Charge Dragons. Going to come in with 2 lightning spells as well to help try to take out a sweeper, I would assume, as the sneaky goblins are working onto the town hall. And yes, the town hall has been secured, goes down. Trying to set up a bit of a funnel, but this queen's taking a hit. Oh, use the poison now to try to keep that queen up.
Yeah, but the town hall is down. That's the most important thing. And wasn't this from Marcos? No, it was Team XO, right? Who always used like the Queen Charge, Ground Ward, and Dragon attack. So that is not what I was trying to remember. Okay, so this is going to be the Queen Charge Hydra instead, and he tried to use actually a Dragon Rider just to funnel. So really expensive funnel early on, just making sure that his queen is stepping into the right direction. The sweepers are in, like sweepers are again taken down as well from the lightnings, but this means it's obviously already a couple of spells less which he has overall to use with finishing this attack. And his queen is okay, she's walking around, stepping inside, but now it depends on how she's walking, because this multi-inferno tower could get dangerous close to those healers.
That air defense, though, Queen's not going to go for it, which means the air defense was going to hit these healers. There it is, drops a Dragon Rider, frees that up to try to keep the healers alive, which he does, so he doesn't lose a healer just yet, as the dragons are coming off to the right side with that warden to move it, and as the king is going to run to the top, he's forced to freeze that multi to protect these healers, to try to keep that queen moving through. The warden's ability goes off, protects these dragons, but this is looking pretty solid here, as these dragons are going to make their way straight into the middle with the queen. Her ability's been forced. Uh-oh.
He's just trying to use as many spells as possible at the moment. I feel like he's just trying to chase for this second star, 92%, and he has to get the 92%. And at the moment, I'm not sure. Dragons are dying out left and right. Another black man hitting that warden. Warden is gone. Next dragon is going down. World champion is losing her ability really soon. Carbon, this is going to get close. It's 66% at the moment, but he needs 92% overall.
Yeah. That multi going down is huge, because that could really take the queen and her healers out as she walks around. He's got a sneaky goblin, or 2 of them, they can use on a storage somewhere. There is the army camp that's at the bottom side of the space. She's just trying to wrap up some more percentage here. We got 20 seconds. Stinky Goblin secured that storage. Oh my goodness, we're at 84. He wishes he had an archer or something for that army camp because that would be an extra building. The queen, we're at 87. Don't tell me we're going to get to a 91. If this is a 91, it's a tie. No. 89. What? 90. 3, 2, 1.
No way.
What?
Oh my god.
Oh.
What? Oh,
One building for Marcos Gaming full short. Wow.
I mean, I know this feeling, okay? Losing by 1 building sucks. I mean, that is not fun at all. But oh my goodness, that was close. That was so close. The queen, they said it, one archer for the army camp. And it would have come down to time.
Yeah, it would have. That is so unfortunate.
Oh, no.
Jeez. Well, Marcos Gaming, a great effort there, but Vitang holds off by 1 extra building, and they are going to be winning first place. So let's go take a look at the bracket so you guys can see how they got there. And Vitang, congratulations at winning first place there. It was just incredible of the performance that they did over the yesterday leading to this point. And there it is, Vitang taking out Marcos Gaming. They are going to be crowned the champions of Open Qualifier number 2, even though it says Qualifier 1 at the top. It is Qualifier number 2, and they will be getting the points therein. What a performance, and just 1 building. That's why you'll always try your best to get every single building down in your match. And we'll bring up the leaderboard once it's ready, once it's tallied all the results of the points, so you guys can see where all the teams stack up. But what a close out to the day here of this war. It was absolutely incredible, too.
Yeah, and Corbin, we were hoping for a close final. I think we cannot get any closer than this. This was exactly the final which we were dreaming of, especially having all of those matches before, which were kind of one-sided.
Yeah.
And this was just a finish, a crazy, crazy finish just for the second qualifier. Because remember, this was the second or third qualifiers. If you're now saying like, come on, Vitang, we got this, we can just beat them. Well, just sign up, no problem. You can just sign up, get into the third qualifier without any problems, and making sure that you can make your words heard, which you're most likely spamming in the Twitch chat. So that's kind of how it works. And I think now we can finally look at the leaderboards, how things are looking like with the points.
Yes, indeed. Here is the leaderboard with Queen Walker, Stephanie, and Vitang taking home 15 points, being first place in the first qualifier and the second qualifier. Then we have the third and fourth, Cutie Fun and Marcos Gaming. And you can see they're yellow. 1, 2, 3, and 4 are yellow, meaning those are the spots that advance to the playoffs. If you're the 5th through 8th place, which we have Team XO, the Black Magic, Vanguard Gaming, and Laco Bushido, you don't make it to the playoffs, but you will be able to be played in the play-in stage and choose your opponents. But that is only after qualifier number 3. So everything is going to change. And all the teams, let's actually think about it here. 5th through 8th place, if none of them make it into the qualifier number 3, then their chances of being in this spot is going to be very low because of the teams from 3rd and 4th. Everything will be kind of moving around. So it's really going to be curious to see how these teams are going to finish going into next week. And will any of them make it back? We'll have to see.
And that's why I always love the third qualifier the most, because there is so many possibilities. Like every single point matters. And like, okay, if this team is getting a point over there, then we need that many points to actually stay in the top 8. And this team might catch up as well if it's going to get that. So there's a lot of possibilities which you can like play around with and see how they're going to like get their points, because this were just the top 8. Obviously more than just those 8 teams have points already collected over those first 2 qualifiers, so they have the chance as well to catch up with a really solid performance in the last qualifier. So this is going to be a lot of fun. And Corbin, that was a lot of fun as well casting with you. Thank you so much. And you have the last couple of words.
Yeah, it's been my pleasure again. Cannot wait to see how qualifier number 3 is going to go down. Remember, guys, if you want to play in it, be sure to go sign up right now. Go follow Clash Masters over on their Twitter so you can learn everything about it and how to sign your team, your clan up to compete against the ones that you just saw here today and last weekend. You can have your chance at getting the golden ticket. It is not over until everything is handed out, including the golden ticket at the grand finals of the Clash Masters. But this has been an absolutely amazing day. We've seen some one-sided wars. We've seen a crazy finish in the finals match. Well, I know we're going to see some more epic stuff coming next week, and I cannot wait for that. It's been a pleasure casting this with you, Itsu, and hopefully you guys at home enjoyed this. And again, thank you to the production for putting on this show, and I can't wait for next weekend. Till then, we'll see you guys next time. Clash on.